What's up, assholes? Today, we're back at Stellar Shenanigans, part 3, and that means we return to this monstrosity of mine with Angry Birds noises.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The anger burps.
Wait, did I make it? Max. Also, yes, it's
Oh,
just
we made it just a little bit.
slowly over an hour, just fucking... That's the visuals. Anyway, I'm not going to read out the tags again, I already did that last time. And in case you have questions about the 2-month hiatus, tough shit. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, maybe the marathons will continue next week, I don't know. We'll see. Chapter 3, Waterfall. The group wanders across a new area, meeting familiar faces and new foes. And Temmie. Dear Lord, they really meet the Temmies.
Emmy.
How will the group manage their encounter with the enigmatic warrior who will stop at nothing to take them down? Poorly, like always. I don't know what you were expecting. Trigger warning, there's a scene here with slight depictions of violence. It's not overly gory, but it still could set some people off. It starts with the next few seconds feel like centuries for everyone involved and ends with they finally fall to their knees, if you want to skip it. So yes, we have gore! Oh, that's gore. Gore of my comfort character.
Oh god, my comfort story.
God, I swear to God, I'm dying. If you fucking fear yourself, I will kill.
Remember how I said the notes of the last chapter that it took me 2 weeks to write? I started writing this almost a month ago. This was painful. Not only did I frequently have major writer's block, and the next thing I'll write is going to be something else, then yet another chapter of this to fix that. But I also got addicted to Doom Eternal. I had to ban myself from playing more just so I could get anything done. That didn't stop me from referencing the game in this chapter, though. So yeah, if I hadn't
oh boy, can't wait for Doom Guy disguised as a Shiren.
no, it's different. So yeah, if I hadn't started with this in early July, I might have broken my 1 chapter every 2 months schedule by more than just a week. In the end, I managed to throw out. Let me think. I think the last 2 chapters took 3 months each.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
In total, like I posted the last chapter exactly 1 year after the first one, which is kind of poetic. Yeah, you see it like here. Started on 30th of March 2022 and 2021 and completed on 30th of March 2022. Which, funnily enough, it's the 22nd of March right now. So it's this fic is almost 4 years old.
Oh.
Hi, Axel.
Hi, Axel. Time sure do passes.
Yeah, I remember I wrote this right around the time I wrapped up high school. 150 pages of this gay shit. Anyway, here, to add a few things, I'll try to add summaries to every chapter today, August 8th, 2021. Let's see if I manage. Yeah, this was all, these previous summaries were made retroactively. I also want to credit someone for the incidental help. For this fic, I didn't replay Undertale or anything. Fun fact, I never played the entirety of Undertale, or even played Undertale at all before I wrote this.
Oh boy.
First time I played it was middle of 2023. And I didn't even know most of what happened in Undertale. Like, I got all the cultural osmosis, I got summaries, but this playthrough I watched here by Lauren the Flute from 2015, this is how I experienced Undertale properly for the first time.
I mean, to be fair, I still haven't played
boy.
Undertale. I've watched like 17 quadrillion playthroughs, but I have not played it myself.
Why the fuck would you watch multiple playthroughs of the game?
Because not like playthroughs, but like stuff, just a lot of Undertale stuff. And I needed to guide my friend through like 7,000 things.
Damn. So
Basically the entire game.
So this is technically just game footage I didn't think of cutting before, but I think it's only fair I do. So yeah, thanks, Lauren. Anyway, I hope my rambling didn't annoy you. Please enjoy the chapter. The group finally gets to step away from Sansa Station. The moment Penguin puts their foot on the ground, their top hat vanishes. What? They turn towards Cora. What's up?
Okay, I know that sounds bad.
Where did that hat go? Penguin puts their hand on their head, checking if Kara's right. Oh, well, we're in cartoon logic now. Every episode, the world resets. That includes our outfits. I guess that makes sense? Kara gives Frisk a bewildered look. Does it? Penguin keeps moving, close to followed by Frisk. After deciding that she should really learn not to question it, Kara follows them too. Frisk walks over a bridge, dodging flying rocks and ending up in front of a blue flower. I swore I saw something behind that rushing water. Frisk is startled at the flower seemingly speaking. What? Penguin runs over. What? Something wrong? The flower talks again. What? Something wrong? Penguin says, no, it's just an echo flower. Don't worry about it. Kara also appears, hovering in the air. Yeah, they just repeat the last thing they heard. Point proven. And yes, it does get annoying, so let's just leave it. As the group walks away, Frisk speaks up. Is that the flower Sand spoke of? Penguin looks at Kara. Kara shakes her head. Penguin starts speaking. Well, he did say echo flower, but I doubt he really meant it. I think he spoke of another kind of flower. Now it's Penguin's turn to get a bewildered look from Kara. Why did you even mentally ask me if you were going to talk about Flowey anyway? Despite you. Jerk. The truth is, we also had 2 encounters with a yellow flower that also talks. It's called Flowery. Probably stalks us frequently. Don't worry about that one either. Okay. First decides that if anything goes wrong, Penguin could handle it. They follow the flower's hint and enter the secret cave behind a nearby waterfall and find a tutu Frisk immediately puts on. They get past the waterfall.
It's me. I forgot the voice.
They get past the waterfall, dodging more rocks, and end up in a field of very high grass next to a massive cliff. Kara goes invisible again. Penguin notices that, suddenly, they and Frisk throw in massive shadows now. They decide not to comment on it, as they, a dramatic bitch, appreciate the change of lighting. As the gang enters the grass, they hear some footsteps. Fittingly, the camera pans up to the cliff. That doesn't work in written form. I'm the narrator, and therefore I make the rules, Penguin. Don't make me cut your salary. What salary? You pay me in poorly cut out Mega Man sprites. Hey, fair enough. Alright, the camera shows a skeleton approaching someone in a metal suit of armor. Hi, Undyne.
Hi.
Ah, you wanted to?
Oh,
go ahead.
He wants to do it. He wants to do it. See? Go ahead. That's the voice now. Dude.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sven.
Hi, and
Fucking. Fuck.
Hi, Undyne.
I can't. Fuck.
Hi, Undyne. Something like that. Hi, Undyne.
Hey, Undyne. I'm here with my daily report.
Oh, it's just Papyrus. First decides to whisper a question. Undyne? Didn't you say they were his fish waifu, was it? Penguin and Kara both fight the need to roll around laughing at the child saying waifu. Mature. Penguin decides to just nod. Alright.
Regarding those humans I called you about earlier.
Since this Undyne person isn't as loud as Pap, the group can't hear them as well, although the skeleton can.
Yeah. Did I fight them? Yes, of course, I did. I fought them valiantly.
Bro lost after a single bros move. And then almost got crushed by your
you.
hug. Penguin sound comment makes Frisk snicker.
What? Did I capture them?
Papyrus swallows with his non-existent throat.
Gulp.
Jinkies!
Well, no, I'm trying very hard. Oh fuck, hold on. I tried very hard, Undyne, but in the end, I failed.
Undyne says something again.
What? You're gonna take the human soul Fuck you!
That's what Undyne said.
She's just angry bird noises.
Well, you're gonna take the human soul yourself?
There's more footsteps. Papyrus apparently approaches Undyne.
But Undyne, you don't have to destroy them. You see.
After they say yet another thing, the skeleton, seemingly shocked, takes a few steps back.
I understand. I'll help you in any way I can.
He walks
Wow,
off.
my voice fucked up.
The virus is going through
How was
puberty.
all these birds, by the way?
I can't wait for Delta Brew Chapter 4 where we throw Birdly and he makes fucking Angry Birds noises.
The throw wire act command. Like when you throw, I think, Chris to one of the wire enemies, But like you throw Birdly and he makes an Angry Birds noise.
Shit like that. After some silence, Penguin speaks up first, although it's with a tone that makes it unclear whether they're being sarcastic or not. Looks like he betrayed us, guys. Stop being overdramatic. You're asking for the impossible here, Kara. I know, Penguin, but he probably won't actually help her hunt us down. Fist perks up at the comment. Her? Do you know Undyne? Yes, before Kara can finish, the trio hears more footsteps, except that they have the sound of metal boots and are coming closer. Since Undyne is wearing an armor, the group assumes that she's stepping towards the abyss their patch of tall grass is in. They all immediately get quiet. Undyne summons a science spear, probably a magical item. She readies her arm with it, takes aim, and checks if she really heard anything. Looks like a false alarm to her. She takes a few steps back and vanishes into the shadows.
She's so magical girl coded, I swear.
Penguin sniffs a little. First, if you shit your pants, I'm giving you up for adoption. I've completely forgot this line. What the fuck? What? I completely forgot this line.
I'm quoting this. Hold on.
16-year-old me was a comedy genius.
First, if you shit your pants, I'm putting you up for adoption. Hold on, there we go. That's memorialized as 1P.
First recoils. What? No, that wasn't me! Huh. Looks like we stumbled onto a public bathroom, guys. Let's get away before the smell sticks. On command, the trio leaves the high grass, but is immediately followed by a short yellow dinosaur that lacks arms and looks pretty young. It jumps up and down, seemingly fan-personing. That's right, the almighty narrator, used the gender-neutral version of fangirling and fanboying. Cope. Anyway, the little monster says speaking. Yo, did you see the way she was staring at you guys? That, they paused, was awesome! I'm so jealous, and you know Undyne! Dude, that's so sick! Kara doesn't feel comfortable with knowing she accidentally revealed her existence to someone. I knew I should have stayed invisible. Yeah, that was stupid. Do better. Shut up! What'd you guys do to get her attention? Penguin smirks. Simple. Everyone wants a piece of me. Monster chuckles. Sure thing. Anyway, the name's Monster Kid. Nice to meet you. Creative name. I'm Penguin. This kid here is Frisk. Frisk waves at Monster Kid. And this ghost here is Kara. Kara waves at Monster Kid too. Cool. Now come on, let's go watch her beat up some bad guys. They run off. Fall flat on their face. Get up and run off again.
Yeah, but to her, I'm the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
That's not the reference, but I was going for, but okay.
I just had to immediately think of Penguin's emo phase in Chapter 1.
I just thought of like King Deltarune in Chapter 1. That's like the line he said before the fight began.
Hey, both us from Chapter 1.
Yeah.
The group solves
Hey,
some
by the
puzzle.
way, real quick, check if we're recording.
We are recording. I have OBS open on my second screen.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've been recording for 13 minutes. The group solves some
13
puzzles to
minutes
make a
and we're
path
already
across
up to
some
this
rivers. Once the group is done... Oh god, that's the title of the episode. I'm giving you up for adoption. Write it down. Write it down.
Gotta find your parents.
On an unrelated though, did you ever find your dad?
God, I wish we had said that earlier so we got a response from the Angry Bird. Did you ever find your dad?
The group solves some puzzles to make a path across some rivers. Once the group is done, Penguin receives a call. Huh, well that was good timing. They put it on speaker. Papyrus time.
Help me, there's birds everywhere in my house. Hello, this is Papyrus.
Turns out that they didn't need to. Yeah, I can tell... be the font? I can tell from the font. Probably it's... Yeah, I can tell by the font. That's probably it.
Yeah.
First goes up to the teen. What font? Kara rolls their eye. Keep our one rule in mind. Penguin continues the conversation with Papyrus. Anyway, how did you get my number?
Oh, it was easy.
Man, I thought my number wasn't on a scam phone number lists yet. Papyrus doesn't question Penguin's
No,
comments.
that's not. No, that's not it. I just died. That's what I did. I just
The
dialed
bird gave
every
you the number.
Let's just say a little birdie told me. I just dialed every number sequentially until I got to yours. Yeah.
Huh. I tried that once and accidentally called Lucifer. She wasn't too happy about that. You know, Lucifer?
She?
Does that really surprise you? Penguin smirks at Kara. Fair.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean it's she?
I don't know. I think the reference was to Helltaker?
Oh, it 100% was. Hold on. Oh my god, it was. Oh my god.
Papyrus seemingly dances around the main reason behind his call.
So,
Yes? Frisk eggs him on. Wait, no, not egging him on. Eggs are too expensive nowadays. Frisk milks him on. No, wait! That's worse! That's worse!
what? Yeah, what?
Frisk breads him on.
No,
The angry bird doesn't want to stay for that line.
Okay, fuck it, we're sticking with eggs. Even if we'll just have to pay extra this time because they're so much more expensive now.
Oh.
No, man, I know we just went on a date, but what the fuck?
I never thought. I didn't even consider what milk and bread could sound like. Oh well. Frisk milks the skeleton.
Where's fucking calcium?
Anyway. Right. Serious mode, serious.
Just rings him like a towel. Okay,
I want someone to wring my fucking spine like a towel. I could use that. Anyway. Yes? Frisk eggs him on.
Well, what are you guys wearing? Asking for a friend. She thought she saw. She thought she. Sorry. She thought she saw you two wearing a dusty tutu and a ripped ribbon. Is that true? Is that what you guys are currently wearing?
Penguin looks at the other kids in their party. Kara shakes her head immediately. After a second of thinking, so does Frisk. Naturally, Penguin turns the phone off speaker, takes it close to their head, and just says one word. Yes! Why do you do this, Penguin? Luckily, Papyrus is so loud that the rest of the group can still hear him.
So, you're wearing a dusty tutu and a ripped ribbon. Got it. Wink, wink. Have a nice day.
Papyrus ends the call. Seriously,
I
why?
may have just killed all of you.
Seriously, why? He may be our friend, but how can you be sure he doesn't trust Undyne more than us? He's known it for ages and us for a day at most.
I'm lagging. Help.
Skill issue.
Oh, I'm getting destroyed, brother.
You should have more
Ew.
faith in him. He clearly doesn't want to harm us and would not tell her the truth. Even if he did, it's not our clothes that matter. It's the fact that we look like humans that makes Undyne want to hurt us. Penguin is visibly going into gremlin mode again. Therefore, my choice wasn't whether I wanted to be hunted or not, but whether I wanted to spite you two or not. First
There we go.
says,
We're back.
You know, I kinda expected that. Exactly, my chaos makes me endearing. Sure. Let's just keep moving, like the bird.
I love the idea that if for some reason in this particular AU, Waterfall is just riddled with Angry Birds.
And there's like vine booms up until the end of Snowden for some reason.
In Snowden.
Imagine vine
Yeah,
booms
like you can get
everywhere
vine
via
booms.
Echo Flower.
No.
Oh my, that would be so funny since the vine boom is loud enough that if the echo flower echoes the vine boom, then it goes to the other echo flowers and they echo the vine boom. And you just
Infinite
go up
echo
to one
flower.
to interact with it. Like you wonder what it has to say and just hear boom.
I pressed the wrong button.
L. Major L. The next few rooms show some very interesting lore the trio most definitely read very thoroughly, I promise. They then take a raft over a small river. Penguin drowns and they end up at a long wooden bridge that brings the dramatic lighting back. After a few steps, they're all stopped by a science spear almost piercing them. Penguin, continuously being a dumbass, picks it up. "Ah, thanks, I'm starving here!" They promptly take a bite out of it. "Yeah, it's disgusting. You got any other ones with better taste?" The
Hey,
person-
when we want to do Undyne.
No.
What? What did you say?
Who's gonna be Undyne? I was asking if Luna wanted to take the role of Undyne.
I mean, if you want
That's what I
to,
said. Don't
do her voice,
wait.
My voice is
I don't know
not
how she-
ready for today.
The person that
I'm getting destroyed by Mayenne.
I think she hasn't talking yet anyway. The person that threw the spear, Undyne, is visibly shocked but refuses to answer. Instead, she summons more spears and throws them at the two visible children, while Kara did the sensible thing and remained invisible. Penguin unhinges their jaw and catches the first three. Ugh, you really only have one taste? Come on.
Yeah.
They throw a tennis racket towards the armored royal guard. Then let's make this more fun my way. And then catches the racket and gives Penguin a confused stare, although it's not visible to anyone. She summons even more spears and throws them all at once, but Penguin uses their own racket to throw them back. He's throwing them back! She uses hers to hit them back once more.
Are they playing death tennis with Undyne? That's sick.
This results in an intense tennis match with many spears instead of a tennis ball between the Cape Teen and the armored guard. As both continue playing, Frisk decides to use the chance to get to safety. Undyne, however, remembers her original mission and aims her spears at the angry child. Man, that's kind of fucked up. Penguin decides to follow Frisk and continue throwing the spears back at the guard. Luckily enough, they manage to find yet another patch of high grass to hide in.
Coming from you is rich.
What do you say?
I said that's fucked up, and I said coming from you, that's rich.
Yeah, and like it's the narrator that says it. I think that's why I added the line, because I just fucking love making the narrator go, "What the fuck is going on?" Like if the narrator doesn't understand the logic, then like, what the fuck are you doing? Eventually, the onslaught of spears stopped. However, metal footsteps came closer to the group. It's Undyne in her armor again. She raises her arm, swipes it down, and grabs the first thing she touches. Hey, at least buy me dinner first! Undyne promptly lets go and grabs the second thing she touches. She pulls it up to make sure it's no longer obscured by the high grass. She pulls it out, only to see a short yellow dinosaur with arms.
I want to imagine that she knew it was Penguin and just like, no. I'm
no.
not doing this. No.
And Undyne's
That was
reaction.
Undyne.
Only to see a short yellow dinosaur without arms. She puts it back down and turns around, looking for the human somewhere else. As the group leaves the second patch of grass, Monster Kid rushes out as well, starts fan-personing again. Yo, did you see that? Penguin scoffs. No, but I felt her cold glove on my head. Not a nice feeling. Yeah, but Undyne just touched us. Normally, this wording would result in a lawsuit. Frisk gives Penguin a confused look. Why?
I'm sorry, that's a great line.
Monster Kid doesn't listen to them. I'm never washing my face ever again. They turn towards Frisk. Man, are you unlucky? If you were standing just a little bit to the left. The human child kindly refuses to tell Monster Kid what a bad situation that would have been. Yo, don't worry. I'm sure we'll see her again. They run off, fall flat on their face, get up, and then prepare to run off again, but get interrupted. Wait a sec. Penguin speaks up. Yeah? What are your pronouns? Oh, he, him. Alright, thanks. Makes things a little easier. Mine are he, she, they. Frisk, here, stay, them, and the spirit you saw before is she, her. I see. Bye. Monster Kid almost faceplants while running away again, but there's a flip this time instead. Sick.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bit random. A Penguin's question or the front flip? The flip was cool, but like this kid is essentially a stranger. Why ask about pronouns, Penguin? We're all strange in our own right. Why act differently with Monster Kid? I guess that's fair. Wait, that's not what stranger means. Penguin walks to the next room, seeing a crystallized piece of cheese and a mouse hole, making them horny and Frisk determined, even if they aren't present.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Dog.
God, I forgot about that.
You really shouldn't say they looked at a mouse hole and he got horny.
This reminds me.
Because like before, like, oh, yeah.
No, tell your thing. I've got a whole story.
Because like before it was like, oh look, it's a funny bit, like, oh yeah, look, Toriel, and it's like, oh, horny. No, now you have a motive and an objective in front of you by saying that in front of the mouse hole. We're literally given an objective. It's like a mission marker in a game.
This just reminds me.
Received.
This just reminds me. I was in the cinema yesterday. Watched like this animated movie called Flow. Right, fully made in Blender. Pretty cool thing. And afterwards, I was like in the bathroom, and I like looked because I was in the stall, and like looked to the left, and there was like a piece of what's the thing called duct tape on the wall. Right, and I was like, huh. And I was like at first,
yeah.
There's no fucking. I was like at first, it looked like I was covering something up, and I was like, there's no fucking way this is a glory hole. This shit is chest level. And I checked and it wasn't, but just the thought fucking terrified me.
A glory hole at the cinema. It's the funniest.
Look, German cities are fucking weird.
They are.
Anyway, the trio soon enough meet Sans again. I'm thinking about getting into the telescope business. Kara cocks an eyebrow. Unique greeting? Peng puts their hand on her chin in order to appear smart. It's an open market. Who knows how it might evolve? Sans' grin barely changes, but he seems to appreciate the comment. Yeah, anyway, it's normally 50,000 G to use this premium telescope, but since I know you guys, you can use it for free. How's about it? I'll be fully honest, Sans. This looks like a trap. Frisk asks an, in their eyes, important question. Can you even see anything but the ceiling? We're underground after all. Who cares? I'll take anything that's free. Penguin promptly takes the eyepiece and looks through it. It's all red. Frisk, am I looking at your soul, or is that just the blood of my enemies? Why are those the only two red things you thought of? Penguin chuckles. Name one other red things we've seen down here. Penguin removes their face in the telescope. There's red paint around the right eye. Obviously, it makes both kids snicker. The teen quickly catches on. Sans, you wound me. Huh. You're unsatisfied with my service? Don't worry, I'll give you a full refund. The skeleton smirks, although nobody can tell. Yeah. Well, in that case, I forgive you, Sansy boy.
What the fuck?
Why did I do that? Frisk and Kara, not wanting to hear Penguin continue
Was
speaking.
this around the time Sans fangirls were popular, or is it just me?
I think this was a good bit after. I just made fun of that because I used to watch a lot of videos bullying those kids.
Yeah, I still need to make like a video of like a recap of all of that, because like it's a very interesting thing I wanted to discuss about on a video, just not on Stellar Bonds. Definitely not on Stellar Bonds.
Frisk and Kara, not wanting to continue speaking, continue underway. Why did I use continue twice here? Penguin, not wanting to be left behind, follows them quickly. Right next to the area Sans had the telescope in, the group finds some blob thing. It starts talking to the group. What's a star? Frisk scratches their head. Good question. Can you touch it? Kara snickers. I'm pretty sure your hand will burn, but I won't keep you from your dreams. Can you eat it? Penguin gives the blob an empty stare. Yes, but I don't recommend it. Can you kill it? The group goes silent at that question. After a short while, the blob asks another question. Are you a star? It turns around, seemingly ignoring the trio. Penguin decides not to risk it and pulls Frisk behind them. Let's keep you away from this thing, okay? Frisk silently nods and the group moves on.
Let's keep you away from this thing. That's the nicest thing Penguin's ever said in his entire life.
After the group gets traumatized by another batch of echo flowers, Penguin gets called again and promptly puts it on speaker.
Oh, is it me? Oh shit. Yeah. Hold on. I was tabbed that.
Hold on, human. I was gaming.
Papyrus Gaming.
Hello? This is Papyrus. Remember. Remember when I asked you about clothes?
Penguin answers, yeah, I even dropped the charges.
Thanks. Wow, that was loud. Also, well, the friend who wanted to know her opinion of yours is very, murdery.
Ah, that makes me feel right at home. How often have people tried to kill you, Penguin? I lost count ages ago.
Okay. Anyway, I bet you knew that already. And because you knew that, I told her what you told me you were wearing.
Kara whispers at Penguin to ensure Papyrus doesn't hear her. Well done, moron. Papyrus continues.
A ripped ribbon and a dusty tutu. Because I knew, of course, after such a suspicious question, you would obviously change your clothes.
Kara now gives Penguin a certain look which they skillfully ignore.
You're such a smart cookie. The way you're safe and I didn't lie. No betrayal anywhere. Being friends with everyone is easy.
Papyrus ends the call. Well, changing clothes is the best bet we got. No. Penguin interjects. What do you mean, no? Tell me to take off my fancy as fuck ribbon and I'll perform an exorcism on you too. Alright then, never mind. First speaks up. Yeah, I kinda want to keep my tutu on too. I like it. See? Kara, do you want to make this child sad? Fine. We're definitely going to die. On their way forward, Penguin snags an echo flower. Its pained screams go ignored.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't like the implications that wasn't the flower screaming, but since it's an echo flower, that was the last thing it heard.
I specifically just keep that ambiguous.
Oh, wait, I actually hate that. Oh no.
Oh, we're about to reach a line that actually inspired a joke I made on Road to Brothership. Not in this segment yet. In this segment afterwards, but we'll get there. The trio walks down a path surrounded by water. A tentacle shows itself. Then another one. Both slowly follow the trio. Penguin picks up Frisk.
Oh, I see the line.
Penguin picks up Frisk.
Penguin,
I've seen enough. Wait, can I say that? Can I? Hey, narrator. Yeah, what's up? Can I say what I just wanted to say? I know we have an M rating, but I'm not quite sure if that's compatible with mentioning such a word. The last thing we need is being sued again. Fair.
Again?
Let me ask our lawyers.
Again.
Sure. Wait, how's time going to pass without a narrator? Shit, did I just break yet another timeline? Alright, I'm back. They just laughed at me. Great. Anyway, back to the regular script. I'll think of something. Sure, let's start this part over. The trio,
Time to the before they talk.
the trio walks down a path surrounded by water. A tentacle shows itself. Then another one. Both slowly follow the trio. Penguin picks up Frisk. I've seen enough animated adult movies. They wink at the non-existent camera. To know where this is going. They run off, leaving a giant onion behind and carrying the child to safety while Kara follows. Yes, that's where that line comes from Super Mario RPG Part 3.
Fuck.
This is where I came up with it, and I still think it's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it is great, but also, god damn it.
16-year-old me was a comedy genius, like I said.
Can we get a counter for how many times you've said that already?
I said it like twice today.
Clearly, apparently, that's not enough.
Yeah, we're only like 1/4 through.
We're like half an hour in.
Yeah, 31 minutes.
Half an
Almost
hour.
32.
Oh, this is gonna take 2 hours for one chapter.
Yeah. After Penguin, Rick rolls the younger children with a piano. They find a small statue getting hit by a bit of rain. Not too far away from it, there's a bunch of umbrellas, of which Frisk promptly takes one and puts it on the statue to keep it dry. The statue starts playing a peaceful tune, which calms the group. Penguin wasn't crying, something I am legally obligated to mention. Frisk, Penguin starts. Frisk looks at them. Yes? You're a good kid. Never change. Said kid tilts the head. Okay? The teen ruffles their hair. And you, Kara, you also have a good heart. The previously ignored spirits get startled at being addressed. What? Where did that come from? I don't know. Guess this music is just making me sentimental. Because, you know, it's his theme that plays here. That whole thing. You know, deserve what you're going through. I apologize for what I've done to you. The teen quickly adds something to the statement. Oh, please don't see me as this is me forcing you to forgive me. Whether you do it at all or nevertheless when is your choice. Kara makes no attempt to hide her confusion and disbelief at Penguin's words. Huh? Okay, whatever. You're being weird. Aren't I always? The Cape teen smirks, taking their hand out of Frisk's hair. Let's get a move on. I don't feel like staying this emotional any longer. It feels odd.
Okay, that's more.
They go to grab another parasol.
That's what I was expecting.
I read this as they go to grab another pistol. As they go to grab another parasol. Both children look at each other, share confused looks, but follow suit. As it suddenly starts raining, Frisk stays close to Penguin, who already opened their parasol. Kara's lucky enough to not need one, as she doesn't have a body that could be hit by the rain. After just a few steps.
Oi!
After just a few steps, the group sees what appeared to be a drenched monster kid. Yo, you got an umbrella? Penguin shakes their head. No, this is a sniper rifle, but I can work as an umbrella. Oh, so this is a gun.
Oh, it was a pistol.
That
It's not a pistol.
I don't think a sniper is a pistol, I'll be real.
No.
I mean, if you're brave enough.
Nah, it is a parasol. He just says it's a sniper rifle. He's not visibly in awe. Awesome! It tries to fit itself under the umbrella, but it can't manage more than 2 people. Penguin decides to give Frisk the weird rifle. You can hold this and have Monster Kid fit too. I'll manage in the rain. Kara raises an eyebrow. Honestly, you caring about others like this is starting to scare me. Good. Fear me, spirit. Frisk does their best to handle the parasol with the strong rain pushing it down. Meanwhile, the monster takes a now vacant spot next to him. Thank you, now let's go! Frisk immediately gets struck by lightning and carried away by a tornado, closely followed by Kara as the spirit is bonded to their soul. Therefore, Frisk now leads the charge.
Damn. Just get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Ow.
Just a few steps later, Monster Kid speaks up again. Man, Undyne is so cool. She beats up bad guys and never loses. Penguin smirks. I know, I think I scored more points against her in our tennis match. They get surprised by both Cora and Frisk snickering at the comment. Are the two getting used to Queen? Why am I reading Queen? To the teens' antics already?
It's haunting
She
you.
is a queen.
If she breed, all women are queens.
If she breed.
She's a queer.
She is queer.
I was doing a YouTube poop thing and you actually came up with them. Based.
Maybe, but if we're talking about fighting, she's the best. If I was a human, I would wet the bed every night. Nobody decides to point out the irony of the situation. Knowing she was going to beat me up. Frisk tilts their head a little. Now you brought it up, I want to know something. Why does she have to hunt down humans? Can't you just ask them to help break the barrier and then live in harmony? Monster Kid sighs in response. Honestly, I don't know. Nobody tells his kids anything. But I know whatever reason Undyne has for hunting them, it must be a good one. She's a hero after all. Kara chimes in. That doesn't raise any confidence in me. Penguin just shrugs in response. Whatever, it's not like we have anything to worry about. They keep moving, but the monster stops after seeing one of the echo flowers around. So, one time, Kara manages to keep her groaning to a minimum. We had a school project where we had to take care of a flower. The king, we had to call him Mr. Dreamer, volunteered to donate his own flowers. He ended up coming to school and teaching the class about responsibility and stuff. It got me thinking, after a short eternity. He continues, Yo!
He lent his own flowers.
How cool would it be if Undyne came to school? She could beat up all the teachers! He quickly joins Frisk under the parasol again. Frisk doesn't know how to react to the story. Okay? Penguin, however, knows something they should speak up on. Hey, Kara, what's up with the moaning? The spirit sighs. This isn't the first time he's told the story.
Oh.
With just a few times our paths overlapped, I've probably heard it at least a dozen times. I'm pretty sure there has to be an echo flower that's constantly repeating that exact script. In case you haven't noticed yet, he's a fanatic. Said fanatic speaks up again. Maybe she wouldn't beat up the teachers. Penguin can't help but smile. He's also a good kid, Kara. She's too cool to ever hurt an innocent person. The teen's eyes widen a little. Definitely a fanatic, but a good kid nonetheless. Kara shrugs. I guess you're right. In the distance, missing a comma here, the small group sees a massive castle. Frisk says, Wow, it's beautiful. Monster Kid responds, Right, whenever I look for Undyne around here, I always take a second to, Time for a home run! Penguin takes out a baseball and a bat and smashes the ball over to the castle, only for a distant, Ow! to sound out. What did you do that for? Frills, the guilty teen looks at the group. Anyway, we have to bolt. Monster Kid seems to be confused. That voice sounded familiar, but I can't tell where I've heard it before. Frisk looks panicked. Doesn't matter right now. Maybe we should go before the person comes over here and gets mad. Fun fact, that will come up in the final chapter.
Uh-oh.
I think,
Foreshadowing.
if I recall correctly, this will come up in the final chapter.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Right after fleeing from the crime scene, the group runs into a wall. Monster Kid immediately finds a solution. Yo, this ledge is way too steep. You guys want to see Undyne, right? Put up your umbrella and climb on my shoulders. Penguin cocks an eyebrow. Weird kink, but okay. The monster turns its head towards the teen. What's a kink? Penguin would answer, but the focus there Kara is giving them stops them dead in their tracks. You'll understand when you're older. Wise choice. Frisk focuses on what Monster Kid first said. Climbing your shoulders? Are you sure that's the only way? You can try to jump up and grab the ledge, but I think only that guy, he tilts his head towards Penguin, is tall enough for that. Frisk sighs. I guess so. They put their umbrella into a conveniently nearby umbrella holder. Fine, I'll do it. Frisk
Good
climbs...
triple jump as a mage.
My Christ. I need to drink some water. Just a sec. Alright. Where were we? Frisk climbs onto Monster Kid's shoulders and jumps towards the ledge as Clara floats and Penguin walks up the wall. The monster speaks up once everyone is done. Yo, you guys go on ahead. Don't worry about me. I always find a way to get through. Frisk smiles towards him. Alright, see you soon. See ya! He runs off, face plants, and then runs off once more. The child turns towards the rest of the trio. I wonder why he doesn't realize we're humans. Because Kara is a ghost and I am not a human. Then what are you? Penguin winks. Secret. Frisk isn't satisfied with that answer. But I am one. And it's not like there are any monsters that look like us, but every human out there does in some way. Frisk is racist towards humans? and then clearly knows that I'm a human, and so does Sans, so what's going on here? Penguin shrugs. Maybe the education system here just sucks, considering it's the younger ones that seem to not know. Kara crosses her arms. I wouldn't be so sure, but we don't have to worry about it, since that just means less people here will hunt us down. Penguin smirks. If anyone does, I'll just convince them to play tennis with me too. The Spirit sighs. Not everyone is as competitive as Undyne, Penguin. That won't work with everyone. Frisk chuckles. Honestly, if anyone can convince others to a random tennis match, it's probably Penguin. The teen feels a little touched. In the safe for work way, of course. Aw, thanks! Anyway, let's make sure Monster Kid's sacrifice wasn't in vain and move on. Yeah, it's still raining.
Wait, did it actually just bat Monster Kid away?
No, he ran away. They had to climb up on his shoulders. Did you not play Undertale?
I did, but like I forgot.
Shame on you. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
The Dasani on you. Dasani on your cow.
Dasani? I said dishonor.
Dasani.
I know.
Yeah.
Dasani.
Yeah, it's still raining.
I wanted to make it even worse.
Fucking. Yeah, it's still raining, and you two getting a coat would hinder us quite a bit. Let's move. While walking across yet another bridge, the group notices that the dramatic shadows are back. Because of them, Frisk has a slight problem with seeing the massive spear stabbing upwards through the wood before Penguin pulls them away. The teen immediately dodges another spear. I have the slight suspicion that she found us. Frisk, slightly horrified at the near-death experience, nods. I think that's fair to say. Kara flies around a little to check for Undyne's location. She's below you. There's a second bridge under the one you're on. Got it, thanks. Penguin picks up Frisk and starts running. Make sure to draw your head in. Luckily, the quickly complies. The teenager runs off, jumping over gaps in the bridge and getting their hoodie and cape slightly torn by some spears. Eventually, the trio reaches a dead end. Wonderful. Well, when you guys die, at least I'll have someone who can relate to being a spirit. Penguin sets down Frisk and responds, let's not get too pessimistic. Penguin frowns a little. It's getting a little hard not to. Wow, you've been here for maybe a day and you're already broken. Jeez. The banter gets interrupted by metallic footsteps. Undyne is coming closer. Oh, still miffed about losing to me in tennis. I have to admit, you did suck. Without a word, she gets out yet another spear and slices the bridge in half. The half the trio is standing on starts falling, but Penguin and Kara manage to stay in place. Frisk is probably dead though, as they do fall. I won't even question how you're flying. Instead, I'll go check on Frisk. The spirit floats towards the pit the child fell into. Penguin, meanwhile, takes the opportunity.
Creative mode, you say?
So, what's your deal? Anna doesn't answer. Maybe she's puzzled by the teen not falling. Said teen decides to get rid of the usual smirk. Alright, I'll drop the act for a second. You're making a mistake, Undyne, and I recommend you to leave us alone. If you really can't stop yourself, make sure to kill me in one hit first, because otherwise, there will be consequences. The Royal Guard isn't scared by Penguin's sudden mood shift and manages to pull themselves together from the shock of seeing a floating human. Even though the helmet is obscuring her face, the teenager feels how cold their stare really is. So be it. Penguin restores their trademark smirk and pulls out a script. Ah, shit, I messed up my line. I was supposed to say something completely different. Alright, let me try again. They clear their throat. Ah! Sound good? Anyway, see ya! They finally fall, following Frisk and Kara downwards. Undyne regrets getting out of bed today.
Undyne regrets getting out of bed today. Holy shit, wait, hold on. If this ever like became a fan game, that would be a banger line for one of the banger texts, one of the battle texts. You know, the ones where like your turn starts and it says something.
Yes.
Undyne regrets getting out of bed today.
Like a banger.
Because of the fall.
That would be a banger fucking message.
Because of the fall, Penguin cracks open their skull and falls into a coma. In their coma, they hear a weirdly familiar voice. It sounds like it came from over there. Oh, you've fallen down, haven't you? You okay? Here, get up. Kara, huh? That's a nice name. My name is... Okay, furry. With those words, Penguin wakes up. Do you even want to know what you dreamed of, Sleeping Beauty? First of all, fuck you. The teenager gets up while Frisk helps them balance themselves, which they need because of the blood loss. Second of all, I think I'm having your memories as visions. I think I'll use this new ability for blackmail. Wait, what did you see? I think... Frisk interrupts. You're nuts. I think we should probably focus on Penguin's massive head wound. They don't look so good. Said teen looks around, checking their surroundings. There's a small flower bed the child probably fell onto, ending up surrounded twice for some reason, by shallow water. The teenager, however, landed on some wooden planks right next to it. One got stuck in their ears somehow. I'll manage, Penguin shrugs.
They weren't lying with the cartoon logic.
Coincidentally, we've landed somewhere we can just continue going through to reach our destination, and they did not think this through. To be fair, the fall should have killed both of you. Especially you. Get the piece of wood out of your ear already and then let's go. Alright. With one pull, the plank is out. Frisk quickly switches between looking at Cora and looking at Penguin. Seriously, are we not going to make sure that Penguin doesn't... When did this happen? Frisk stares at Penguin's head. No wound to be found. Rule 1 of traveling with Penguin, don't question it. Exactly! Frisk, listen to Cora. She's already used to me, which is kind of sad, but whatever. Oh, Doom reference incoming.
Oh god, he's getting ready. I don't like that.
The trio continues to waltz through the shallow water, quickly noticing that there's loads of garbage around them. Penguin can't stop looking around. I feel like we shouldn't just walk past all this. There might be some valuable stuff around here. Cora raises an eyebrow at that. Really? What do you think you'll find in a literal dumpster? The teenager starts digging through the trash. I don't know, I'm just curious. After a few seconds, they stop. Oh, this is the jackpot! First tries to climb up the garbage pile to see what's gotten Penguin is invested. Why? What did you find? This! Penguin pulls out a massive gun from under them. It's the BFG 9000. A beautiful thing. It shoots out massive balls of energy that send out lightning bolts at any demons in its close vicinity. Dear Lord, who would throw this thing away? Sane people, Cora comments. Judging by your description, this is an obvious safety hazard. Stop being so pessimistic. I never said I'd use it after all. Maybe I just wanted a nice trophy once all this is over. For some reason, I have a hard time believing that, Penguin. Alright, fair. I definitely use it at least once. But you can't stop me. You're a ghost. Now you're just being rude. Frisk interrupts. Why is it called the BFG 9000? Penguin pats the weapon like a pet. The 9000 is just a random number, I think. But the BFG is an acronym for Big Fucking Gun. Okay, now you're just messing with us. I'm not. That's what it's called, and I love it. Now let's get a move on. I don't want to stand here the whole day. Once down from the trash pile, Frisk decides to ask Kara something. Why do you assume that Penguin was messing with us? Kara answers with an incredulous stare. Do you even know what swearing is? Of course, the child pouts. But Penguin probably doesn't, so why don't you explain it for them? Sure, let's just say it's the fucking part of the name, I doubt it. Makes sense, Penguin butts in. Also, I very much know what swearing is. I even made up my own swear words, like... Penguin realizes that Kara realizes that Penguin's creativity and extremity also extend to their swearing. And that's just a few of them. Most of them I never used though. The joke of swearing weirdly wore off after the first few decades. Kara blinks slowly.
Wait, decades?
I think I need some time to process this. Frisk doesn't seem to blink at all. That was weird. Penguin says, Alright, okay, we had our fun, now let's go, I'm getting bored. Kara sighs, Sure, whatever. After a few more steps, the group notices a dummy not too dissimilar from the one Penguin fought back in the ruins. Not that Frisk would know about that. They all stare at it for a while, but eventually do move on. Frisk speaks up. Something feels off about that thing. Penguin chuckles. Whatever, that thing doesn't need to bother us. We're basically already gone. Suddenly, and most definitely unexpectedly, trust me, the dummy springs to life and starts flying around. Ha ha ha! Too intimidated to fight me, huh? I'm a ghost that lives inside a dummy. My cousin used to live inside a dummy too, until you came along.
My father.
It seems to direct its monologue at Penguin. The team promptly answers, I'll be fair, being exercised isn't my idea of an ideal first date either. Anyway, you're just haunting that body, right? It looks puzzled at the son in question. Yes. So any damage done to it doesn't reflect on you? I suppose? Nice! Penguin takes out the BFG and shoots 9000 and shoots at the dummy. It's probably destroyed and the spirit from inside of it comes out. Frisk, meanwhile, is visibly unsure what to think. Why? Kara just face bombs. I should have known. She doesn't seem to be invisible. Maybe it just isn't possible to turn invisible towards other ghosts, which would make it pointless to try. The spirit, however, is quite angered. I'll get you for this! Penguin interrupts it. I'm a bit short on time, so no exorcism for you. So you'll just have to do with the holy hand grenade. Don't you dare Penguin almost jumps at Kara's sudden reaction. Calm down, I was joking. Sure, I'll totally believe that after you blew its body to bits. You got me there. Anyway, I don't really need to do anything because... Then our bodiless spirit starts yelling again. Hello, didn't you forget something? I will summon an army of... Penguin promptly interrupted. Shush, the adults are talking. Frisk tilts their head. Are you even adults? Considering that I've been dead for what feels like decades now, I probably count. And when it comes to Penguin, I wouldn't doubt that they're actually an ancient eldritch abomination. Aw, thanks! Kara just shakes her head in that comment.
I guarantee you, dude.
Now, can we... Before the spirit continues, it's interrupted by getting damaged from rain? What the heck's this? Acid rain? Oh, forget it. I'm out of here. It flies off with just one F. Pretty anticlimactic, if you ask me.
It flies off with one F.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how flies off is spelled.
No.
Oh?
No. It flies
What?
off, like, in the... It's
off. Oh, I thought you meant
O-F-F.
flies.
No.
I was like...
Flies has one F, but, like, off here should have two, not one.
So it's flies of.
Yeah. It flies off. With one spirit gone, another one... With one spirit gone, another one shows up. Sorry, I interrupted you, didn't I? Oh, hey, it's Napster Luke. Remember Napster Luke? How he showed up once and kind of didn't matter nor show up again? Classic Napster Luke. This is straight up stolen from Cherry 5.
Yeah. Oh god, oh Jesus Christ, I'm dying.
As soon as I came over,
I'm getting burnt. I'm getting roasted, Jesus
As
Christ.
soon as I came over,
Oh
your
my
friend
God.
immediately left. Oh no, you guys looked like you were having fun. Yes, fun. He gets quieter. Oh no, I just wanted to say hi. Well, I'm going to head home now. Oh, feel free to come with if you want, but no pressure. I understand if you're busy. It's fine, no worries. I thought I'd just offer. With those words, he disappears. I think that ghost needs some friends, Frisk says. Let's visit him. Really? Don't we have anywhere else to go? I thought you wanted to get somewhere quickly. Penguin smirks. My current goal is making sure that Undyne doesn't kill us. I'm pretty sure visiting Casper, the socially... I'm pretty sure that visiting Casper, the socially anxious ghost, doesn't get in the way of that. Kara decides not to question Penguin's motives, especially since Frisk's eyes light up at the idea of visiting Napster Luke. I need more water.
Water.
We're nearing the halfway point. And by that I mean it's like 20 minutes away.
We're nearing it, huh? We're nearing it.
We're edging it.
No.
The ghost seems surprised at the group actually following him, but makes his offer again regardless. Hey, my house is up here, in case you want to see. He backpedals, or in case you don't. He flies away. As the trio follows him once more, they see two houses that are exactly symmetrical to each other. Both have a door, a window, and lean in opposite directions. One is white with a light blue tint, the other is a faint orange. The orange house is locked, but the white one, Napster Luke's, can easily be entered. Inside, the group sees a fridge, a TV, a few CD cases on the ground, and the ghost himself next to a table with a computer on it. Said ghost turns around to them. Oh, you really came. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. He looks around. It's not much, but make yourself at home. Frisk smiles at Napster Luke. Of course we'd come. We're friends now, aren't we? You're quick to call someone a friend. I like having friends. Oh, are you showing yourself now? Penguin cocks an eyebrow. Wait, you saw her? Spirits can hide themselves from anything but other spirits. Napster Luke nods. Spirits can hide themselves from anything but other spirits. Napster Luke nods. At least I think that's what he's doing. Yes, that's right. The teenager turns back towards Kara. Okay, but why do you talk in cursive when he doesn't? What? Nothing. Wait, I think I accidentally made this one not cursive when it was supposed to be. Or I specifically made this one time Kara talks not cursive just as a gag when it's pointed out. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I can't tell either. I'll be honest.
this is either a kind of fucking hilarious joke, or a massive mistake. At the worst, most possible
Either
moment.
way, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Napster Luke tries to be a hospitable host. Are you guys hungry? Kara tilts her head. Do you even have any food living people can eat? You wouldn't have any need for it after all. Oh, right, I don't. Penguin shrugs. It's okay. I can always eat a rock if I want to and have some snacks if the kid wants anything. They point at Frisk, ignoring their hey. Hey! A child has fallen into the river in Lego City. Kill the child!
Lego City. Hey,
Kill 5 kids. Kill
Kill
John
John
Lennon.
Where did that joke? How?
I mean, it's the voice is most definitely borrowed from The Simpsons. That's where it comes from.
Is it?
Yeah, I recognize Bart's voice. Kill John Lennon.
I'll take your word for it then.
That's just my guess, at least.
That's just a thief.
But then turns towards Kara. But it makes me think, when's the last time you've eaten something? She's visibly confused at the question. When I was alive? I don't need to eat anymore after all. The teen's eyes widen at that. The fuck? Nah, this won't go. Nasty, would it bother you if she ate some of your food? The dressed ghost shakes his head. No, it wouldn't. Let's see. He hovers towards the fridge and grabs something without opening it. There's a ghost sandwich. Do you want to try it? Kara notices the look Penguin is giving her. Of course, I guess. She takes a bite after Napstal gives the sandwich to her. That's good, thanks. You're welcome. First tilts her head. So, what do we do now? Well, after a great meal, I like to lie on the ground and feel like garbage. It's a family tradition. Penguin chuckles. Damn, didn't know we were related. You guys want to join me? Frisk nods vigorously. Wait, I think... Has it? Yes, it has looped.
How are we at the loop, dog?
I don't know how I noticed from this specific sound that it looped.
You haven't even seen the video and you just knew instinctively.
I mean, I have seen the first few seconds. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, it's a family tradition. Penguin chuckles. Damn, I didn't know we were related. You guys want to join me? Frisk nods vigorously. Of course! The teenager just smirks. Sure. Beats standing around and feeling like garbage. Tradition is tradition, so I guess I'll join in. Penguin initiates a mental conversation. And you ate a sandwich. You owed us to him. What? You made me eat it! Napstal says. Okay, follow my lead. He flies towards the middle of the room, the rest following him. They all quickly lay down, although the penguin did it involuntarily as they were hit with a baseball bat again. Here we go. You'll lie down as long as you don't move.
Huh?
So, only move around if you want to get up, I guess. They all lay on the ground for a few minutes and use that time to meditate in their own way. Except Frisk. Frisk falls asleep. Once they're done, Kara gets up first and everyone else follows suit. The group chats with the ghost for a little longer, gets several noise complaints due to the spooky music they decide to play, and eventually leaves. Spooky, scary skeletons. Before they go, though, he says some last words to them. Well, that was nice, thank you. Frisk answers, thanks for the hospitality, see you! Once the door closes, Penguin speaks up. You're awfully giddy. Frisk beams towards the teenager. We're not really friends! Kara chuckles at the child. I thought you considered him one before. Yes, but now we even hung out. Penguin snorts. You're weird, Frisk. Nobody else would use that metric on whether or not someone is your friend. Says you! Can't deny that. After some snail racing and getting ripped off by some old tortoise, the trio finds itself next to a waterfall,
My scene.
surrounded by echo flowers. And while most enemies are driven away by the spooky music, one lone talking dog decides to approach the children. Special enemy, Timmy, appears here to defeat you! Penguin almost stops at that. Oh god, this cute fella stole your job! Shut up, Penguin. The dog takes a few steps towards Penguin and pets them. The teenager realizes that they're allergic and sneezes hard enough to fly against the wall, knocking them out. In the last second of consciousness, they throw a pack of Temmie flakes towards Frisk. I don't have a clue where they got it from, but sure. After Temmie pulls a knife, the child gives him the Temmie flakes. He vibrates intensely. So intensely that he leaves. Sick fight, guys.
After Temmie pulls out a knife, did I hear that right?
No, it's just after Temmie pulls a knife.
Oh.
Because I think that wording is funnier.
So you're telling me he pulled out a knife?
Yes. And I think back then I didn't realize that all Temmies are female.
I didn't know that either, I'll be real.
I think so, because, you know, they're named after Temmie Chang, the woman that helped Toby Fox.
Yeah, fair enough.
The woman. I think Bob is male, though.
Yeah.
I think Bob is male, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know, the Temmie called Bob is a trans male. Who knows?
Either way, based.
The group continues through a massive path in the dark, only indicated by glowing grass and a suddenly extremely dark area. After a long path and definitely only a few adopted Temmies, They find a small place called Temmie Village. Seeing it fills Frisk with the Temmie Nation. Penguin is just filled with an empty void. They all see
With an empty void.
basically just some lone Temmies. Adding to that, an epic drawing, a massive statue of a Temmie Penguin immediately starts praying to and a ripped wall. Wow. Oh yeah, the teen also immediately got knocked out by yet another sneeze, giving Frisk some time to pet every single Temmie around. That's like 7 in total. One of them is called Bob. Weird name. One other is also allergic to Temmies. He's currently in a coma he might not recover from. The child then also enters the close-by Tim shop and learns of the grand lore of the Temmie species has, and promptly forgets it all. The word Temmie has lost all meaning to me, man. Once the trio is no longer surrounded by darkness and glowing grass, Frisk notices that they almost have to swim to not sink in the newest body of water they find themselves in. Is the water supposed to be this deep? Penguin, who is a good bit taller than them, turns to head towards the child. You need any help? They spit out some water. Yes, please! As the teenager pulls them out of the water and starts carrying the child on their shoulders, Car speaks up. Jeez, you're completely soaked. I'll have to dry you up or you might get a cold. First sneezing makes Penguin comment on it as well.
Soggy cat jump scare.
We have to hurry up. The teenager runs over to the water surface, getting back onto land as quickly as possible. Once it is reached, they put Frisk down, take off their cape, and hand it to the child. Here, use this as a blanket until we find something better for you. After a quick look around, they realize that the world is essentially pitch black. Thank you. Frisk sneezes once more. Achoo! Oh god, if we had like an Angry Birds noise that sneezes, that would have been funny, I think.
Yeah.
Achoo! Achoo! The sound loudly echoing in the entire area. This is not good, Kara comments. That basically invited Undyne over to catch us. We gotta go. Penguin says, couldn't agree more. First off to carry you again.
That's not good.
Without waiting for a response, they carry the child bridal style to ensure the spear-throwing maniac has a harder time hitting them without Penguin being able to interject. Kara, if you see her, tell me immediately. Alright. After just a bit of running. After just a bit of running,
There she is.
more sneezing, and a lot of coughing, Kara already alarms the no longer caped teen. Penguin, I have bad news and even worse news. Which one do you want to hear first? Don't make a game out of this. Just tell me in whatever order makes sense. The bad news is that I can see her coming closer. The worst news is that she's way faster than you are. What a shining beacon of positivity you are.
Oh.
With those words, Penguin almost trips over an echo flower and stops for a second. Its words and the next few of Kara are exactly the same. Behind you. The gaping darkness dissipates, giving way to the now familiar armor Undyne wears. Frisk is still wrapped in her cape and doesn't see her, but Penguin turns around and focuses their eyes on nothing but her presence. To be fair, besides the even more high grass and the echo flower, there's nothing else to look at. She takes a few steps forward. After a few seconds, she finally speaks to the group. 7 human souls. With the power of 7 human souls, our King Asgore Dreamer will become a god. With that power, Asgore can finally shatter the barrier. He will finally take the surface back from humanity and give them back the suffering and pain we have endured. She pauses once more. Understand, humans? This is your only chance at redemption. Give up your souls,
I'm extremely racist.
or I'll tear them from your bodies. Penguin makes no move.
Give up your soul, so I'm throwing Angry Birds at you.
Yay! Penguin makes no move, standing resolute with a Penguin makes no move, standing resolute with a protective grasp around Frisk. Redemption? Don't make me laugh. We both know you're the aggressor here. In reaction, the warrior creates another spear, gets into a battle stand, and slowly but steadily approaches the children. Penguin, now be a good time for you to be something confusing as usual and take the chance to run away. Kara herself gets confused by the lack of response. Penguin? After the armored Undyne takes just a few other steps forward, the world darkens. Only right outline. Wait, what is Monsterkid doing here? Monsterkid jumps out of the high grass, ending up between Undyne and Penguin. Undyne, I'll help you fight! After those words, he looks at Undyne, then at Penguin, then at Undyne again, then at Penguin again, Undyne again, Penguin again. Yo, you did it! Undyne is right in front of you! The teenager regains the trademark smirk. Really? I almost didn't notice the glowing spear in her arms. Yeah, it looks awesome. If you've got front row seats to her fight. Sure, you could call it that. Monsterkid turns towards Undyne again. He notices something. He turns towards Penguin again, towards Undyne, and finally, away from both. Wait, who is she fighting? That thought is interrupted by Undyne dragging the little monster away by the non-existent ear. Hey! You aren't going to tell my parents about this, are you? Without any more words, she drags him out of sight. Penguin chuckles. Heh, lucky us. If you had continued to do nothing, someone could have died. Probably Frisk. But we're still alive, so who cares? They should definitely be healthy again by the next segment anyway. Cartoon logic. As the group marches on, through the next small body of water with Frisk on Penguin's shoulders, they hear an old passing conversation from the Echo Flowers. If I say my wish, promise you won't laugh at me? Of course I won't laugh. Someday I'd like to climb this mountain we're all buried under. Standing under the sky, looking at the world all around, that's my wish. The second voice laughs. Hey, you said you wouldn't laugh at it. Sorry, it's just funny. That's my wish too. Frisk says, that second voice sounds familiar. They turn towards Kara, who just so happens to look away, I promise. Penguin grins. You were a bit of a douche, Kara. Look, I promise I meant it as lightheartedly as possible. Sure. Penguin looks away in fond disappointment. I can't believe you. Kara sighs exasperatedly. Ugh. Another bridge. You'd think this place would have more than 3 set pieces. Although it is called Waterfalls, so creativity shouldn't be expected. Anyway, once this group is off... Anyway, once this group is off the very thin bridge, Monster Kid appears behind them again. Yo! They collectively turn around and Penguin greets him. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Oh, I'm good. He pauses a little. He steps towards the group. Yo, I'm not supposed to be here, but I want to ask you something. He pauses again. Man, I never had to ask anyone this before. So, yo, you're human, right? Penguin looks at Kara, who Monster Kid doesn't see. Kara looks at Frisk. Frisk looks at Penguin. Frisk speaks up. Yes. Kara dies internally from how idiotic both of her companions are. Man, I knew it. Well, I know it now. I mean, Undyne told me to stay away from those humans. Penguin scoffs. Wow, assumptions based on our appearance. Classy. Monster Kid looks to the ground.
Racism.
So, I guess that makes us enemies or something. But I kind of stink at that. Good, the kid can still be saved from indoctrination. What are you even talking about? Rule 1, Kara. Monster Kid continues. Yo, say something mean so I can hate you. Frisk shakes their head. I physically cannot do that.
Why would you say it again?
Do you think the Angry Birds have an equivalent of the N-word in this language?
Probably.
Maybe that just now wasn't.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so is the bird equivalent of the N-word them oinking?
Oink oink.
Yeah, is that the N-word for the bird?
No, I feel like it's also racist, but more in a way of saying ching chong when you're pretending to speak Chinese. That's more the kind of racism. Dumped down imitation. Anyway. Let me just quickly... Alright. Say something mean so I can hate you? Frisk shakes their head. I physically cannot do that. His eyes widen. Please? They remain absolute. No. I'm legally not allowed to. Yo, what? So I have to do it? Here goes nothing. Yo, I hate your guts. All 3 humans? ? Collectively gasp. He pauses, but eventually says, Man, I'm such a turd. I'm gonna go home now. Frisk waves and says, Alright, stay safe. He doesn't respond, just starts walking away. Then the walking quickly turning into a dash. He trips, again, and almost falls to his doom, but barely holds himself up with his teeth. Who thought such a thin bridge was a good idea? Yo, wait, help, I tripped! Frisk and Kara yell out simultaneously, Monster Kid! Don't worry, I'm coming! Very poor choice of words. Penguin
Bird
jumps.
comes up, smacks him off the bridge.
I'm coming up! Penguin jumps towards the little monster, but interrupted by the spear they barely dodge. Undyne? Seriously? The warrior appears, stepping closer to the group. She looks around until her eyes fall on Monster Kid and then Penguin again. Interpretation of the situation must be very unfortunate. The teenager quickly pulls up Monster Kid and then makes a choice. Frisk, I need you to get away from here. I'll catch up, don't worry. The human child notices that Undyne starts coming closer. But just do it. I got the situation under control. They send a quick look towards Kara. You make sure they don't get lost, okay? After quickly processing the situation, the spirit nods. Alright. Undyne is almost right next to Penguin and Monster Kid now, but Frisk decides to listen to the teenager and keeps going down the group's path, Kara following suit. Before the warrior can step any closer, Monster Kid steps in front of her. Yo, dude! He follows. If you want to hurt my friends, you're gonna have to go through me first. Undyne, in retaliation,
Just throws him away.
steps back, turns around, then walks away. She's gone.
Oh.
Yep, that was brave of you, man. I guess so. Yo, you really saved my skin, Penguin chuckles. Of course. Even if I wouldn't have wanted to save you myself, they would have killed me where I stood if I didn't do anything. Monster Kid also chuckles. Guess being enemies was just a nice thought. We'll just have to be friends instead. I can work with that. Monster Kid looks in the direction Undyne vanished into. Man, I should really go home, but my parents are worried sick about me. I can imagine. See ya! The teenager starts
This is way
waving.
too wholesome. What's gonna go wrong?
Oh, we're about to reach the section that has a gore trigger warning.
Oh!
The monster smiles. Later, dude! He runs off, not tripping this time.
Yo, should I be awake for this?
Awake!
No way. Yeah. No, actually, you should sleep.
So, like, do I just kind of go until y'all tell me to? Come back?
I mean, it's not that horrid, I think.
Okay, as long as it's not like the most descriptive thing ever, then I think I can survive.
I mean, I'm not
Maybe.
gonna talk about how his fucking internal organs explode. You know, it's not that kind of shit.
That just feels like describing buckshot, dude.
What the fuck?
Playing an average game of buckshot roulette.
An average game of backshot roulette.
No. God, we still need to play that for the channel. Fuck's sake.
Frisk for the last time. Penguin walks off too, catching up with the kids too quickly. You guys seriously only walked off the bridge and hid behind the closest wall, huh? Frisk looks at their feet. Oh, you wanted to catch up, therefore I didn't want you to get lost on the way. Kara rolls her eyes. Frisk, for the last time, the path is essentially a straight line. I'd be more surprised if we did manage to get lost. In my defense, you have to admit it was kinda cool to watch Monster Kid confront Undyne like that. If I hadn't known for Mortal Compass, I would have panicked at that. Like you should have. Penguin smirks. I could have fought her off. Sure, whatever you say. The trio stands in front of a massive mountain with an opening to its inside. As they want to enter, they hear a voice from the mountain peak. Peak? 7. They look up. It's Undyne in her armor, facing away from the humans. 7 human souls, and King Asgore will become a god.
You already said that.
Penguin says, "Yeah, we heard you the first time. Goodness, can you fast forward
my
to
God.
the new bits?" She sounds a little.
I was tabbed out. I didn't even know he actually said that.
She sounds a
We
little
are in
annoyed.
sync.
I was getting to that. 6, that's how many we have collected thus far. She turns around. Understand? I understand how fucking convenient that is. Frisk tilts their head at Penguin. How so? The teenager looks at them. Because there just so happen to be exactly 7 soul types. Yellow justice, green kindness, purple perseverance, light blue patience, orange bravery, dark blue integrity, and, last but not least, red determination. Since I wrote this, I realized that determination is not the red soul trait. I think it's love. But yeah, it's not officially confirmed, so fuck it, red determination.
It's ball game.
I'm killing you.
Huh?
You are filled with ball game.
You are filled with baller.
You are filled with
You are
gay.
filled with horny.
You are filled with gay.
You're filled with the gay. You're filled with the horny. God save the queen. Anyway, they
That
turned
is.
back towards Undyne. You just happen to only lack determination because you never got the soul of the child that first had that kind of soul. Kara's taken aback at the son monologue. How do you know that? Her question falls on deaf ears. Penguin just continues. Therefore, you must be feeling like you're very lucky that Frisky has a red soul. I, instead, just called it a deus ex machina. Undyne doesn't answer at first, but eventually just chuckles. I'll admit, that is quite a lucky coincidence. Through the 7th and final soul, which happens to make a nice set of the other 6, this world will be transformed. I'm not sure what we will do with your soul, though. The teenager scoffs. Wow, thanks. Frisk is less nonchalant about the situation. Hey, how exactly will you get my soul? It's kind of stuck with me. Oh, simple. I'll just kill you. What? And then looks to the distance. First, however, it is customary for those who make it this far. I shall tell you the tragic tale of our people. Kara chimes in. You know what? You're definitely gonna die here, but at least you'll hear Undyne's retelling of that story. She's an amazing storyteller, I can say that much. Jeez, thanks for your confidence in us. The warrior clears her throat. It all started long ago. She doesn't continue. She seems uncertain, however, she should continue or not, but can quickly return her gaze to her targets. No, you know what? Screw it! That was closer to Papyrus. Help me. Penguin swears he can hear a theme song play somewhere. Why should I tell that story?
Pull up the song. Immersive.
Give me a fucking second. I need to. I'm not showing my. Accidentally showing off my YouTube search history here.
What are you searching?
I'm not. At least
Don't worry about it.
I am.
We're one of traveling with Penguin.
Knowing this fan fiction, I think I have a right to be worried.
Don't worry about it.
Fucking Penguin speech bubble, dude.
Anyway, now I need to. Where the fuck? Dude,
The vigorous typing is what gets me, dude. Did the video loop again? Ow.
Jump
A
scare.
little quieter. A little quieter.
Nah, put it on max volume. Actually, don't.
Don't you dare.
I don't wanna get my eardrums blasted out.
Puts Undyne's theme on full blast. There we go. There we go. You know.
Anyway.
There you go.
You know what? Screw it! Why should I tell that story when you're about to die? Gah! Well, the trio is blinded by a random light. She shakes off her helmet. She takes off her helmet. The group sees blue scales, red hair, and some weird ears. Jesus. First, too terrified to think straight, only has one thing on her mind. You were right. She is a fish. Penguin smirks. Told ya. And then turns around, a glimmer in her eyes showing. In her right eye, that is. She has an eye patch over the left one. Fish! You're standing in the way of everybody's hopes and dreams. She ignores Penguin starting to cry at the last 3 words. Penguin starts to cry at these words. Hopes and dreams. Alphys' history books make me think humans were cool, with the giant robots and flowery swordswoman. Wait, what? Penguin gets up from the crying fit. Holy shit, the warrior is a weeb! Said Weeb continues, looking directly at Frisk. But you're just a coward, hiding behind that kid and that weird teenager so you could run away from me again. Let's not forget your wimpy goody two-shoes shtick. The weird teenager sighs. Yeah, I'll be real, being good sucks. I haven't even gotten any cool anime battles yet. What a rip-off. Frisk pats her back. There, you'll get your cool anime battle. Penguin smiles at him. Thanks! You're my favorite companion. Kara gasps. Hey, you hurt me, not vice versa. The group is interrupted by Undyne's poor attempt to mask Frisk's voice. Oh, I'm making such a difference by hugging random strangers. She smirks. You know what would be more valuable to everyone? If you were dead. Penguin says. Is this local role model advocating for suicide? Holy shit, I've seen this before, but other people have been more subtle about it. The spirit says, yeah, she's not really good at being a role model. The warrior grinds her teeth at the constant interruptions. Hey, can I continue my cool speech now? As the conversation between the probably not humans dies down, she clears her throat and continues. That's right, humans. Your continued existence is a crime. Your lives are all that stands between us and our freedoms. That freedom. The teenager scoffs. If I had a penny for every time I heard that one, I'd be a billionaire by now. Frisk's eyes widen. Are you okay? No. Anna is too deep in her monologue to stop. Right now, I can feel everyone's hearts pounding together. Everyone's been waiting their whole lives for this moment, but we're not nervous at all. When everyone puts their hearts together, they can't lose. Now, humans, let's end this. Right here, right now. I'll show you how determined monsters can be. Step forward when you're ready. The camera pans away, no longer showing Undyne and focusing on the trio. Wait, what camera? So, you guys got any last things you want to do before you die? Jeez, Kara, you sure must be fun at parties. Frisk speaks up. Do we have a plan on how to solve this peacefully? Penguin smirks. Bold of you to assume I know what a plan is. They take a step forwards. So we're about to
I'm quoting
reach.
that.
We're about to reach the Undyne fight.
Oh, is this the part where I should
I mean, if you really don't
not
wanna,
my-
if you really don't wanna see it, then like go ahead. I'm not.
I mean,
gonna-
if it's not that bad, then I
It's-
think I can handle it.
I mean, it is a bit bloody, although it's not actually blood. So
Okay, so I'm good. I mean, to be fair, I've played Ultra Kill. All should be fine.
yeah.
I should. That game is entirely just blood. So.
Have you seen like a few Mortal Kombat fatalities?
Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Okay.
Yeah. It's like less
Yeah,
than
I'm
that.
fine. Less than. Oh, we're fine. We're chilling.
And then yells, "That's it then! No more running away!" She prepares to jump down and creates yet another spear. And I fucking messed up the Y with the G. "Here I come!" She jumps down, spear first. During the fall, she gets faster and faster at Project First. The spear almost pierces the child's head, but suddenly, Undyne is stuck in the air. Penguin caught the weapon as it was just about to hit the child. With an almost eerie smile, they say, "I thought I made myself clear, Undyne." They shake her off and she manages to land on her feet. "Make yourself clear? Did I miss something?" The world darkens. Only white outline of Undyne's more prominent features remains visible. The fight begins.
Again with the wording, dude.
Dog, that's just how I called it, bro. It's just the black and white version. Fucking. First things first, Undyne creates another spear and uses it to turn both Penguin's and Frisk's souls green. On guard! Undyne attacks. Frisk asks, "So can we skip to the point where we spare each other?" The warrior smirks. "Spare? Don't make me laugh. As long as you're green, you can't escape. Unless you learn to face danger head on, you won't last a second against me." Help me, why am I... Ugh. She raises her hand, summoning flying spears and quickly directing them at both Frisk and Penguin. I'm noticing a lot of typos here, Christ. Turns out that having a green soul allows you to summon a shield. Another typo! Which is quite helpful. I need to get beta readers for my shit.
Beta readers.
Do you not know what a beta reader is?
Is that an actual thing?
Yo, yeah, those are actual readers. They read like the beta. You know how games have betas? They read the beta version
Like
of the
beta
script
testers.
and yeah, beta testers, beta readers.
Beta readers.
I too am a master beta, but yeah. they like check the script. They check the script. They talk about. They tell you like where you made typos, where you got things wrong, and give you just generally feedback. But yeah, are you guys master betas?
No, shut up.
I would like, since the music is playing in the background, I'd like to imagine that we're all just there.
Check the message. Axel, check the message I sent in stage text. A master beta.
Good.
A master of betas.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so I like to imagine that Penguin's not supposed to be there, and since the music's playing, we're also there, so we're double not supposed to be there. And like the whole fight's happening, and they're talking about masturbating.
That's just any boss fight in Road to Brothership.
Yeah, no, literally. Like, Undyne's just staring at us, like, confused. Where the fuck did you come from? There's like this stupid little computer program, a Terraria character, Mario, and then there's Axel, all just talking about that while she's trying to kill children.
Anyway, turns out that having a green soul allows you to summon a shield, which is quite helpful considering that none of them can move now. Sick. Only Frisk uses it though, as Penguin uses the spear in their hands to counter the oncoming projectiles. They almost die because of all the hits they take, and their cape ends up in pieces. At least Frisk manages to not get hit. Smells like sushi. Penguin raises an eyebrow. I'm not sure if I should be disgusted or horrified that you just said that. Kara smirks. Suffer! The team returns to smirk. Wow, I started rubbing off on you, huh? Frisk is too panicked to notice the bickering. Spare, please? I blocked everything. Does that get me any brownie points? They hurry and grins. Not bad, I must say. Then how about this? She summons even more spears, and they all come from different directions this time. Fuck. Penguin actually manages to stay alive, motivated by wanting to avenge their cape, and Frisk continues to block every spear, although it does get close a few times, and their shield gets slightly cracked. Oh shit, it's cracked. Undyne holds her fist in front of her.
Pretty cracked.
Undyne holds her fist in front of her and shakes her head. The warrior says, "For years, we've dreamed of a happy ending." Penguin answers, "Tragic. Anyways, can we have our turn now?" Undyne pauses, then quickly faints. Nah. More spears and more directions they come from. You're faster too. Frisk's shield is starting to take some real damage, and Penguin's arms are slowly getting tired from swinging around their own spear. Undyne flashes a menacing smile. Her grin grows. And now, the sunlight is just within our reach. The teenager chuckles. That's one way to call Frisk a ray of sunshine. In return, the child smiles. Oh, I did try to be nice. Gar tries to refocus the attention. Guys, oncoming attack? Huh? Penguin checks and sees a store of spears coming in. Shit, Frisk, get ready! The next attack ends up pretty devastating. Frisk's shield looks like it won't hold much longer, and Penguin's spear actually gets split in half from all the hits. They accidentally drop the half without the spearhead and it fades away, resulting in the teen's range being severely cut down. They can't even properly cover their companion anymore. Undyne draws her finger across her neck. She continues her infrequent ramble. I won't let you snatch it away from us. Kara chimes in. Well, if you keep this up a little longer, your souls will return to the original Carlos and you will be able to escape alive. No words from the children, their focus only being on trying to survive. Penguin's spear is reduced to just a spearhead, and Frisk's shield is starting to fall apart. Undyne holds her Frisk in front of her and shakes her head. Another comment, and what a worrying one it is. Nyah! Enough warming up. Kara's eyes widen. Damn it, I jinxed it. Well, it was nice knowing you. Penguin responds in a clear voice. Be calm and let me focus, Kara. I need to think. Could you help me by running down the situation, please? She cocks an eyebrow. Oh, you think you can solve this? Alright then. Your main line of defense is essentially gone, and Frisk's shield won't sustain much more damage. Once it is broken, it'll need some time to regenerate. Yours should still be in perfect condition though, considering you didn't use it so far. That'll allow you to keep them safe, but it's made impossible due to your soul being green right now, gluing your feet to the ground, she says. Basically, you're screwed! Penguin smirks. So the problem is my soul's color, right? Nothing else. I guess so, why? Hey, what's that smirk? I can't do an Undyne voice. Undyne roars. I see you think you're tough. Let's see if you can handle that one. With one swift motion, she commands her spears to fly towards the human. Frisk's eyes widen and clearly show fear. Penguin looks at her spirit in her hands. Alright, it's do or die. What are you? Without a word, the teenager stabs their left hand. Kara realizes what's going on. So that is why you asked about the color. For milliseconds, a liquid exits Penguin's new wound. Surprisingly, it's not red. It's black. Wait, what? Well, one, Kara. The definitely not human rubs their hand over the soul, coloring it black. Immediately, they feel as though a weight has been lifted from their feet. They take a step in front of Frisk and smirk once more. Alright then, shield! They hold out their non-injured hand and nothing happens. Oh wait, the shield is also part of the green soul, huh? Penguin's maneuver only takes a second or two, but it's already too late to do anything. The arrows will not hit Frisk, but Penguin has no line of defense. The Frisk can only get one word out. Penguin? And this is where it starts. The next few seconds feel like centuries for everyone involved. Many spears miss or scrape Penguin, especially around the head area, but a few do hit and cause some damage. One goes right through the shoulder, another one right through their thigh. A few get stuck in their stomach. Despite them losing more of that black, blood-like substance, they stand resolute. They do not dodge, as that will bring Frisk into harm's way. Penguin's other shoulder gets hit. Eventually, one spear goes through their jaw, almost hitting their skull. More hit their stomach. They're slowly losing the ability to stand. After more and more hit, there's a finishing blow. The final spear goes...
I thought the music, the loop got, like, broke.
No, it's just as this weird tip. After more and more hits...
Yeah, because I remember, like, sorry, but, like, a little tangent. Sometimes YouTube's loop just breaks.
Yeah,
for
sometimes
no
it breaks. But didn't this time. After more and more hit, there's the finishing blow. The final spear goes right through their soul, which is required to live. They finally fall to their knees. They fulfilled their task. Frisk didn't get hit at all. They look at their wounds and somehow speak despite the spear in their jaw. This is one way to go, alright? They look at their soul. It's cracked. Undyne looks at the teenager and cringes. Damn it, kid. Why didn't you take the hit through the head? Made things a lot more painless for you. The teenager manages to grin. At least you can't use my soul now, sucker! The children finally recover from their shock. Penguin! Undyne steps towards the dying teenager. I'll admit, you're braver than I give you credit for. You could have saved yourself but fought your companion instead. They ready the spear in their hands. As a sign of respect, let me end your suffering. As the spear closes in on Penguin, the teenager barely catches it with their injured hand. They chuckle, accidentally spitting out more black liquid. Now wait a damn minute! They ignore the screams of both Kara and Frisk, purely focusing on the warrior. They grind their teeth as their soul continues to slowly shatter. Who said this fight was over? The heroine's grin is completely gone without a trace. I admire your enthusiasm, but show some dignity. Admit defeat. Defeat! They flash a toothy grin. You do not understand! Penguin's soul shatters on its own. Everybody hears a loud crack. So yeah, Penguin's dead.
Oh.
Like, seriously dead.
Oh, like a skill issue.
Anyway, as the teen's hand falls, no longer gripping the spear, Undyne speaks up. So that's that then. Kara stares at the teen. Penguin is dead. Wait, if their souls, or their soul and her spirit are bonded, why isn't she fading away? Penguin? Suddenly, a black portal opens. A brand new, identical Penguin jumps out, immediately punching Undyne in the face, throwing her back a bit, and the portal closes. I always have at least 2 spears ready. They grab the spear that pierced the prior Penguin's soul out of the corpse as it dissipates. The soul, however, puts itself back together and flies towards the new Penguin, who has a tint of black in their eye, darkening its natural light green. Aw, I love my soul. In case you're curious, it's one of a kind. Nobody else has my black chaos.
Okay, Shadow the Hedgehog, what the fuck?
Spears? Is that why you sometimes died and just came back? Penguin slightly nods. Bingo. I'm surprised you didn't ask sooner. In a smirk, they say, oh well, the cat's out the bag. Looks like I no longer need to hold back. The teen holds out a hand towards Frisk, towards their soul to be precise. It suddenly goes from green back to red. The child looks Penguin in the eyes with a mix of both fear and amazement. Penguin? The teenager responds with a smile, says, take cover, this might get dangerous, and turns back towards Undyne. So, what was that about admitting defeat? I believe we've only just begun. The warrior grins. Alright then, let's see where this goes. Undyne and Papyrus, why do I keep saying Papyrus?
Hello.
Undyne and Penguin walk towards each other. Frisk takes a few steps back, and Kara gets some distance in as well.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Can you see?
Can you see all of me?
Penguin's basically doing that now, like, no offense.
This is literally the end of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, no, genuinely, what the fuck?
Undyne attacks. Only like in reverse order. First he dies and then he fights his enemy. Anyway. Undyne attacks. You won't save yourself this time. Undyne turns Penguin's soul green again, but with a stab of the teen's fingers, it goes right back to black. Thanks, but I'll pass on that. Oh yes, smirks. I'll admit, I somewhat admire your power. Looks like you really are a human, like in those documentaries. How about we test your limits? She summons yet another horde of spears, sending them right towards Penguin. The not-human doesn't move.
Sorry, hate to be that guy, but like the documentaries implies that there was a National Geographic and Marshall about humans.
She's talking about anime.
Oh. But that's even funnier.
Human documentaries anime.
She watched like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and thought that shit was real life.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. Point taken, surprisingly.
Which is true, gay sex is real. Say Gex.
Say
Gex.
Wow. The not-human doesn't move. All they do is snap their fingers again, creating more of those black portals around themselves. All the spears get sucked into those mortals, and vanish as they close. Penguin points towards Undyne, summoning yet another portal, but this time the projectiles come out of it. As they fly towards Undyne, she doesn't run away. She runs towards the attack and dodges by jumping over them in the last possible moment. She grabs 2 of the spears, holds 1 in each arm and starts attacking Penguin up close. In response, they dodge the first 2 strikes, but quickly manage to grab 1 of the spears. They twist Undyne's arm until she can't hold it anymore and try to kick her away. She grabs their foot, making them lose their balance and throws them to the ground, pointing her remaining spear at them. As she tries to stab Penguin, they grab the spear with the other arm, use it to get up and plant it to the ground, forcing Undyne to pull it out. While she does that, Penguin whacks her arms away with their own spear and kicks her into the chest, making her take a step back. To finish things off, they throw themselves at her, knocking her to the ground with their whole body weight. Now essentially sitting on the warrior, Penguin readies their spear, raises their hand, and Penguin, no! The teenager smirks. Don't worry, Kara, it was never my intention to kill her. Just want some fun. With the spear, they stab the ground next to Undine's head. Looks like I won, huh? They get up. Hey Frisk, let's go. We have a long way ahead of us. Frisk, starry-eyed at the scene, shakes themselves out of their stupor. Alright. As the child runs towards the opening in the mountain, Penguin and Kara closely follow. Undyne doesn't remain on the ground either. She gets up, grabs the spears that are planted into the ground, and follows the group. So what do you think about Penguin's death?
Great death.
He didn't
I've
die.
somehow written worse than that. Alright, that was tame.
Did you
I've died in Minecraft in more violent ways.
Did you die? Unfortunately, yes. But I lived!
But I lived.
I live, bitch.
I fucking love blocking from Ice Age, dude. Ice Age 3 is the go.
As the children run away, they find themselves above a river with ice blocks flowing along it. Undyne catches up due to her longer legs. You won't get away from me this time! She jumps towards Penguin to hit them with her spears, but the teen quickly stops her mid-jump by catching the spears and shakes her off, taking them for themselves. Undyne lands on her feet. I thought I was doing you a favor here, but if I'm honest, no human has ever made it past Taskor. I thought killing you would be an act of mercy. Her grin shows itself again. But you're resilient! You make a good fighter. Thanks. Penguin throws both spears at her, grabs Frisk and runs. The next area is somewhat of a hallway with signs displaying glowing text that say, Welcome to Hotland. Creative name, as always. Undyne chases the group with her spears again. You've escaped from me for the last time. Sure we did. Frisk taunts. What, getting cocky? Penguin raises an eyebrow at the child hiding behind them. The child grins. Maybe. To be fair, you're making the situation a lot less scary. Even Kara manages to crack a smile. Thanks, I do try. Undyne starts yelling again. Alphys told me that humans were determined. Now I see what you meant by that. She sends spears towards the group, all of which are easily dodged. Undyne suplexes a huge boulder, just because she can. In return, Penguin suplexes the mountain that they all just went through. Undyne grins. But I'm determined too! More spears. Penguin redirects them again. Undyne flips her spear impatiently. Determined to end this right now, Undyne says. Penguin smirks. Same here. They walk towards each other and play rock, paper, scissors. Undyne's scissors cut Penguin's paper and she punches them in the face. Undyne thinks of her...
I'm sorry, that's a cartoon scene, dude. I want that animated. Like, I want Penguin doing rock, paper, scissors with Undyne, throwing papers and then Undyne puts scissors and getting punched in the face. I want that animated.
Hi, Undyne.
Perfect timing.
Hi, Peanut. You missed Penguin dying.
What the f-
Alright, where were we? Undyne thinks of her friends and pounds the ground with her fist. Her grin looks a bit forced now. Right now! In the middle of the next spear storm, Penguin and Undyne have a fist fight. It's a stalemate. Frisk and Kara stay to the side. Undyne flashes a menacing glare. Right now! Gah! Die already, you little brats! Penguin shrugs. To be fair, I kind of have! The warrior summons a few spears this time, but not all distinctly or directly aimed at Frisk. The teen drops the fist fight, shoves Undyne away, and runs towards the child, which tries to hide behind the boulder Undyne suplexed. The black tint in Penguin's eyes grows. The eyes quickly become completely black. A detail only Kara notices, but they also emit a black glow, reminding her of the fluid that acts as the teen's blood. Penguin opens two more portals. One catches all the spears, and the other throws them right back at Undyne. The warrior is too busy dodging to follow them, so the children quickly keep going until... Penguin's phone rings. Penguin's phone rings. In a somewhat shocked state. Nice ringtone. Penguin's phone rings. In a somewhat shocked state, the group stands still. Undyne catches up again, but makes no move to attack. Well, aren't you gonna answer that? Never taking the eyes off the fish. Aizen. Never taking the eyes off the fish. Penguin gets their phone out of their pocket. They glance at the contact name. It's Papyrus again. They accept the call.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, just running someone who wants to kill us. How about you?
That sounds like fun. I'm doing well. Well, thanks for asking.
He clears his non-existent throat.
Ahem. Anyway, I was just thinking. You, me, your two friends, and Undyne should all hang out sometime. I think you would make great pals.
Penguin says, that sounds lovely! Where and when?
I'm glad you like the idea. Let's meet up at our house later.
Alright, see you then, Penguin ends the call. Honestly, he should work on his timing a little, they say towards their companions, to which both reply with a nod. They turn back to Undyne. Hey, where do you live? The warrior is surprised at the sudden question. Wait,
Where
what?
do you live?
Hey, where do you live?
Person you killed comes back, asks you where you live. On unrelated though, did you ever find your dad? Hey, where do you live? The warrior is surprised at the sudden question. Wait, what? The teen shakes their head. Ah, never mind, I'll figure it out later. With those words, the group runs away again. Hey, come back here, you little punks! Despite the convincing argument, they do not come back.
Penguin wants to know your location.
He now knows your location. and
The
is
trio-
approaching rapidly.
This trio is now on a piece of land surrounded by lava. They pass a booth in which Sans is sleeping in and run over a bridge, escaping from Undyne fervor. While she is shortly distracted by the skeleton, she follows the children again quickly. On the other side, they find a lone water cooler. They also see that Undyne is slowing down. It looks like it pains her to even take a single step now. The heat the lava emits must hurt, considering that she's a fish, and the armor made of metal is probably only making things worse. Armor so hot that I can't give up. Once she reaches the group, she falls to the ground, seemingly unconscious. First panics. Guys, we gotta help her! Kara makes herself visible again, but whispers in case Undyne can still listen to the conversation. Unless she's dangerous to our group, I don't really want her to suffer like this. Penguin mentally groans. Gee, aren't we lucky to have this incredibly helpful and completely coincidental water cooler here? Wait.
Oh,
What the fuck?
While she's dangerous,
Don't worry about it.
they
Don't
walk,
worry about that.
They walk towards the machine and grab the water container. Whoop de fucking do! As they walk back towards the heroine. Heroine! Kara finally notices that their eyes return to normal. There you go! They pour the water over Undyne. As a result, Undyne stands back up. She looks around to check that there aren't any witnesses present, gives the group a slight nod, and leaves. Crisis averted! Penguin strikes a pose, and the Final Fantasy victory theme starts playing. Frisk copies their pose. With the end of the battle, the word lights up again. Da, 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 da. Just imagine literally the fucking Final Fantasy 1 pose where they just raise their hands randomly. Da, 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 da.
I love the idea that the fucking song this is playing in the game, like not in the game, like in real time. Like they genuinely just like went through the most deadly experience, and then the actual music just starts playing.
The narrator has a record player.
I don't know how they afford it. They get paid in, as we found out in this chapter, they get paid in poorly cut out Mega Man sprites.
They get paid in bragging rights.
The group checks the booth again, only to see that Sans vanished. Fuck! Penguin says. This is
Fuck.
it is playing.
Fuck.
The trio sees a laboratory down the road and doesn't approach it. Hey, why are we standing still? Penguin shakes their head. Pap invited us to a playdate with Undyne. Frisk says, this doesn't surprise me. The teen chuckles. Of course it doesn't. Anyway, back to Waterfall we go. I assume that's where our house is. The child wants over. Oh, that's why you asked where Undyne lives, right? Yep. We're in luck. There's a river with a guy on a boat nearby. He can get us to Waterfall quickly. Frisk cocks an eyebrow. A river nearby? But we're surrounded by lava. How does that work? Beats me. It's so easy to write a crack fic for Undertale because that whole universe is fucking batshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still our bonds wage.
Yeah, we all get paid in like sprites, Axel made of Mario and Luigi.
We all get paid in.
After a boat ride, on which the group's guide alludes to the man who speaks in hands, rekindling their trauma. Oh yeah, they got traumatized by Gaster in Chapter 2, I forgot that. The group is in Waterfall again.
Didn't I? Was I there for that? I don't think I was.
I mean, it was when they took the
damn.
shortcut to Grailbees, and then they just had the event with the man who speaks in hands.
The man who speaks in hands. I'm gonna lose my shit.
The trio makes their way back to the place where they found Napstablook's house and look around. They quickly find Papyrus waiting in front of a house shaped like a fish. Subtle. He seems ecstatic at
Subtle.
seeing them. Oh, wait.
Oh fuck, it's me. Oh shit. Hold on. I was tabbed.
I was tabbed out, human.
Stop tabbing out.
Oh, the human.
Tab the fucking.
Bro would tab out of reality if he could.
Yeah, I tend to space out a lot. Think about my plans. What I do once I
Okay, Heinz
join the royal
Doofenshmirtz.
guard. Fuck you! I can't exactly do a voice, you know. It's hard being the greatest skeleton ever.
Anyway, do you line? Or have you done it already?
Yeah, I did.
Kara eyes Penguin. Yeah, humans. First tackles Papyrus and Alec. Hey, how are you? Papyrus smiles. Hey, Papyrus. Penguin smiles. Hey, Papyrus. The skeleton seems to smile. I'm not sure though. I can't read emotions on a fucking skull.
I love that line so much.
It's always funny when a narrator smiles. When a narrator swears.
Hey, are you ready to hang out with Undyne? I have a plan to make you four great friends.
Penguin smirks. All right then, let's do this.
Oh shit. Okay, they're behind me.
He turns towards the door and whispers towards Frisk behind him.
Make sure to give her this.
He hands them a bone with a ribbon on it.
She loves these.
He knocks on the door. As the door opens, the
I
group
guess
sees-
Undyne isn't a fish anymore. For the dog.
What the dog doing? What the fish doing?
In reality, it's actually his special attack that he's giving to Undyne so the dog doesn't take it.
As the
It's
door
like,
opens,
please keep this safe.
As the door opens, the group sees Undyne, no longer clad in armor, step out of the house. Hi, Papyrus. Ready for your extra private one-on-one training? And Papyrus answers.
Wait, fuck. Oh, you're Bet, and I have brought a friend.
Papyrus steps aside and Kara makes herself visible. Undyne grins with closed eyes and reaches out a hand. Hey, I don't think we... As she opens her eyes and recognizes the children, she pauses. She looks towards Papyrus. Nobody says anything. Eventually some words come out of her mouth. Why don't you free come in? She walks inside. Papyrus wants to follow suit, but pauses.
Wait, really?
Penguin interrupts him. We'll worry about this later, okay? Let's not keep Undyne waiting. The skeleton nods.
Alright then.
He walks into Undyne's house, and the kids do so as well. Inside, Undyne can't take her eyes off of the children, oh no, and nobody decides to comment on it. Oh no! She looks at the children. Whee! Penguin,
Throw the
however,
children.
throw the children. Penguin, however, checks out the room. A table, a sword, a few drawers, a piano, an oven with a stove and a fridge. The main room is a fucking kitchen. There's also a window and a door, the latter probably leading to a bedroom or a bathroom. Maybe both,
There, Undyne.
Papyrus says.
What do you mean maybe both?
Read your next line.
What do you mean? What kind of floor planning do you have?
It's not about floor planning, it's about being efficient with your rooms. You know, have you never heard of Amber Heard?
You have your toilet next to your bed so you roll over, take a shit, and go back in?
Have you never heard of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
Oh, oh that's evil.
That's what I get for zoning out. Just putting something in chat. What the fuck?
Have you ever heard of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, Peanut?
Oh.
My dog stepped on a bee.
My bee stepped on a dog.
My dog stepped on the shits I left in his fucking room. Anyway,
Alright, sorry.
Here, Undyne.
Papyrus says.
My friend brought a gift for you on their own.
He takes yet another bone. He takes yet another bone with a ribbon out of his pocket and hands it to Undyne. I guess Frisk just keeps that one. Road to Brothership shitting arc? Luna, fucking die. Thanks. She takes it. I'll put it up with the others. She opens the drawer, showing lots of the same modes of ribbons in it, and put the newest ones into it. As she turns back to the group, her grin looks a little less forced. So, are we ready to start? Papyrus fakes a sad look.
Whoopsie doopsie. I have to go to the bathroom. You two have fun.
He jumps out of the window, shattering the glass. Once Papyrus is gone,
Where's your bathroom?
That was so funny.
The thing is, when that happened in Undertale, that was such a Mario and Luigi type joke. That's the kind of shit Luigi does. Literally shit in this case.
Also, hold on. I like to have a headcanon now. He never goes to any other bathroom other than his own.
he just runs all the way back to Snowden to take it.
Yeah, even though they're on the surface, they're on the surface, he sprints all the way back to Mount Epic just to go to Snowden and do his own ass. He'd do that. He would do that, dude.
Once Papyrus is gone, Undead and the children look at each other. After nobody says anything for a while, the warrior speaks up. So why are you here? To rub your victory in my face? To humiliate me even further? Is that it? No, Frisk says. Yes, Penguin says. The child gives them a pout. Undead gives the teenager the stink eye, but only responds to Frisk. Then why are you here? Her eyes light up, and Penguin swears they could hear a light bulb turn on. Wait, I get it. You think I'm gonna be friends with you, huh? Right? Frisk and Penguin both nod, making Chara chuckle. Making Kara chuckle? Why did I suddenly say Chara? Chara chuckle. The Chara chuckle. The chuckle. The chuckle. The charackle. Unlike Knuckles, I chuckle.
Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. Rather from my small.
Then why are you here?
A hard attack.
How did we get into this situation? Trying to befriend someone who literally killed you, I mean. Penguin slightly smirks. Nothing that hasn't happened before, Kara. And then laughs at the still aggressively nodding children. Holy shit, isn't that gonna hurt? Really? How delightful, I accept. Let's have frolic in the fields of friendship. Is frolic even a real word? Frisk asks. Anna doesn't answer. Nah, would I ever be friends with you? If you weren't my house guests, I'd beat you up right now. You're the enemy of everyone's hopes and dreams. Penguin scoffs. Says the person ready to commit child murder. And then pauses. That's different. We need your souls to escape from here. The teen rolls their eyes. And humans will never start a war over the fact that you somehow obtained 7 human souls. Something that's quite difficult without murder. Look, wait, I don't need to justify our morals to you. My point is that I'll never be your friend. Now get out of my house! Papyrus walks up to the broken window and looks towards the children. Span.
Oh shit, wait, fuck, ass. Dang, what a shame. I thought Undone could be friends with you. But I guess... Wait, hold on. I guess I overestimated her. She's just not up to the challenge. The third one isn't even showing herself.
He walks off. Kara face palms. Plus points for the tactic. Minus point for mentioning me. Undone is dumbfounded. Challenge? Wait, Papyrus, wait a second. She notices that the skeleton already left. Darn it. He thinks I can't be friends with you. Penguin smirks. Well, you're kind of proving his point. And then chuckles. What a joke. I can make friends with wimpy losers like you any day. Kara chuckles too. Yeah, insulting someone you want to befriend is a perfect strategy. Give her some time, Kara. Just like you, she's a tsundere. Quit calling me that! Frisk, oblivious to the mental conversation,
contrary to popular belief, a lot of people are friends with that attitude. Like, look at us over here.
No, the difference is that tsunderes are like just slightly rude to people they love. We're just assholes. There's a difference.
To each other specifically.
Yes. I'm specifically gonna blow your house up, Span. And then I'm gonna run Axel over with a car.
You're gonna blow up my house with an ICBM. Gonna run over Axel with a car. You're gonna...
I don't need a bomb to blow up your house.
You need sage to blow up your house.
What are you gonna blow it up with?
1 kill.
You have a bathroom.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck off! Mario, no!
I've learned this one from Wario. You have a bathroom, don't you?
Oh my goodness, my stomach.
Oh. Well, it's your choice. It's a me or your house. Which one is it gonna explode?
Not the couch. I thought for a second you're gonna do the couch gag again.
Oh no. That's the kind of shit I'll say for serial eviction.
Oh no, what did you say?
Too late, Luigi's Mansion 1 is already over.
Hey, Wario.
Three.
Wario, why is your couch so sticky? I just sat down and like it's.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Mario, please clip that. Save the timestamp.
It's like 1:55. Write it down, I guess.
Just save that so we can clip that for later. Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
Hey, Luigi, get the fuck off of that couch! What is? Did you know? Luigi, oh my god, my brother! Oh my god, Luigi!
Luigi, that's a
Pull the trigger, snoutlet.
what?
Enter now, Woods.
Oh,
I'm crying.
Dodge fucking tail.
Alright, fuck, where were we?
What?
Right.
I
Frisk,
lost
oblivious to the mental conversation, grins at the warrior. Oh, really? And then falls for it. Yeah, I'll show it. Listen up, humans, and whatever you are. Penguin smiles at them not being human, finally getting acknowledged. We're not just gonna be friends. We're going to be besties. Frisk says, can't wait. And then his grin keeps growing. I'll make you like me so much, you won't be able to think of anyone else. Penguin laughs. Undyne, that's called a crush. Oh, there's a name for it, even better. The heroine chuckles. Phew, it's the perfect revenge. She pauses, seemingly realizing something. Because of what she realized, her grin turns into a naturally kind smile.
Wait.
Why don't you take a seat? Hi, my name is Chris Hansen. Why don't you take a seat right
I'll be
here?
honest with. Ah! Knowing what Undyne's doing, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a cameo.
Damn, it's already working. Penguin jokes.
We probably had to do. He probably had to make a stop by Papyrus first. I'll be real.
And then rambles on a little about some stories of her life. Apparently, a friend of this Alphys person once lied.
Seductively.
Wait. Huh? What the fuck am I writing? Apparently, a friend of this Alphys person once lied seductively on her piano while feeding himself grapes. A friend of this Alphys person?
What?
What? Who is that friend?
Huh?
I'm
you mean
confused.
Undyne?
Yeah, but like.
You mean Undyne?
Yeah, but like this is. What the fuck did I? Why did I formulate it so weirdly?
That's weirdly written.
Yeah. Yeah. The warrior says
sounds
with a
random.
wicked grin that she admires his lifestyle. It's like a hymn. It's not Undyne. Papyrus? Whatever. Penguin
Wait,
mentally
I'm
takes
here?
some notes.
What?
Whatever. Apparently, a friend of this Alphys person once lied seductively on her piano while feeding himself grapes. The warrior says with a wicked grin that she admires his lifestyle. Penguin mentally takes some notes, and the children finally sit at the table. Anna tries to be hospitable. Comfortable? I'll get you something to drink. She walks towards the fridge, takes out some drinks and puts all of them on top of the drawers at the other end of the room. One is even on the stove. Not a good idea. All set. What would you like? First tries to get up and grab something, but is interrupted by Undyne throwing a fucking spear at the table, breaking it in two. Holy shit. Hey, don't get up!
Oh my god.
Penguin joins in. Yeah, Frisk, what the hell? Frisk looks at the table in panic and sits back down. What? You're the guest! Sit down and enjoy yourself. Penguin says to Kara. She takes Pap's challenge very seriously, doesn't she? She does, but that does make it quite fun to watch. I can imagine. But Frisk looks like... I can imagine, but Frisk looks like they shit themselves. I'm gonna give them up for adoption. Undyne realizes what she has done and starts sweating. Why don't I just point what you want? You can use the spear. Penguin comments, yeah, it feels quite nice to hold, I must say. Come on, Frisk, take it. Frisk grabs the spear without a word and points towards the tea box. The warrior tries to keep a cool facade. Tea, huh? Coming right up. She grabs the kettle, fills it with water, and puts it on the stove. It'll take a moment for the water to boil. She gives the kettle a mean look, immediately making the water boil. Sick. They quickly turn back to the children. Okay, it's all done.
That's badass, though.
Literally a Chuck Norris type joke. She used the boiled water to make a cup of tea. A cuppa. Walks over to the broken table and hands Frisk the cup. Here we are. She walks over to the other side of the table and sits down. So that just happened? Kara says. Oh god, I made it so that just happened joke. Oh god. 16-year-old me, why?
Let me take
Yo, it's not a comedy genius.
Paper Jam all writing.
Sure did.
Hold on. What happened? I'm sorry, I tabbed out.
We had a so that just happened.
Oh.
And then Sizen says...
Man just throws about the spot.
And then Sizen says, careful, it's hot. Frisk doesn't drink the tea and eyes the cup instead. That seems to be the wrong decision. It's not that hot, just drink it already. To be nice, Frisk takes a sip. Their tongue catches on fire, but otherwise it's pretty good. Undyne is visibly nervous. It's pretty good, right? Nothing like the best for my absolutely precious friend. Frisk accidentally burps out some fire. It does taste nice. Since the conversation doesn't progress, Penguin asks Kara a question. So you're gonna show yourself eventually? You did with most people so far. Monster Kid was an accident. Papyrus doesn't know who I am, and you forced me to show myself this handsome Frisk. Undyne knows my story. She can easily tell my parents that she saw me, and I have no clue what would happen if she did. I can make her sign an NDA if that's your problem. My lawyers are by now used to me making ludicrous requests. That's not it, Penguin. Hey, Undyne speaks up again, breaking the silence. You know, it's kind of strange you chose that tea, golden flower tea. And to be fair, I wouldn't have chosen it, Penguin says. Golden flowers and I have a strange relationship. Kara chuckles. We got that in common, it seems. It's not my point, Undyne responds. That's Asgore's favorite kind. She seems to realize something. Actually, now that I think about it, you kind of remind me of him. Kara smiles. Papyrus said that everyone loves him, so I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, I accidentally wrote Kara instead of Frisk. That should have been Frisk. Papyrus said that everyone loves him, so I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot of typos. This is the kind of shit you need a beta reader for.
Yeah.
You question that, but not the Wario humping his couch.
Question.
Oh, motherfucker.
You know what? Point taken.
Luigi got over the couch. Oh my god. Luigi, that couch is supposed to be in quarantine. I can see a new life form coming out of it. Luigi, that's on the couch. That's Wario's son.
The couch isn't giving birth. Get off of it.
It's on its phone trimester. Where have we gone, dude? We're going to the 10th layer of
The
hell.
couch isn't giving birth.
I've only been here for 30 minutes.
I shouldn't have mentioned the couch. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Stop.
Alright.
Thank you, filtered ass.
Alright.
Road to brothership.
I'm mogging. We're back to normal. I'm mogging. To not laugh. I need some water.
I'm locking in.
No, I'm mogging. I'm out of water. Shit. Oh well. I'm gonna eat some tea after this.
Golden flower tea.
I'd rather drink poison. Alright.
It's basically the same.
Yeah, that's true. You know something else? You're both total weenies, sort of. Penguin raises an eyebrow. Then what was that about us never getting past him? And then pauses. Let me tell you a story to show what I mean. She takes a deep breath. You know, I was a pretty hot-headed kid. Once to prove I was the strongest, I tried to fight Asgore. Emphasis on tried. She chuckles. I couldn't land a single blow on him. And worse, the whole time he refused to fight back. I was so humiliated. She looks down at the destroyed table. Afterwards, he apologized and said something goofy. Frisk is getting invested in the story. What did he say? And then smiles at the child. Excuse me, do you want to know how to beat me? He laughs. I say yes, and from then on he trained me. One day, during practice, I finally knocked him down. She says, I felt bad, but he was beaming. I had never seen someone more proud to get their butt kicked. Penguin smiles now too. Oh, that's adorable. Shut up. And then says, anyway, long story short, he kept training me. And now I'm the head of the Royal Guard. So I'm the one who gets to train dorks to fight. Frisk asks, like Papyrus? Like Papyrus. She nods. Damn, to be honest, I don't know if I can ever let Papyrus into the Royal Guard. Penguin shakes their head. That's fair. He fought us and afterwards invited us to a date. The warrior laughs at that. He would, but don't tell him I said any of that. He's just, well, I mean, it's not that he's weak. He's actually pretty fucking tough. She grins. It's just that he's too innocent and nice. I mean, look, he was supposed to capture you and he ended up being friends with you instead. I could never send him into battle. Have you ever heard of cosmic irony? Penguin intervenes. And then drops a grin. Hey, I was challenged. He did it on his own. She chuckles again. And that's why he ripped into a little smiling he got ripped into smiling little shreds out there. It's part of why she gives the group a sad smile. I started teaching him how to cook, you know. So maybe he can do something else with his life. She pauses. Oh, sorry, I was talking for so long. You're out of tea, aren't you? I'll get you some more. You know, side note. I think it's kind of cool, gender roles wise, that is a woman teaching a man to fight, to cook instead of fighting because she doesn't have faith in him. That is just kind of neat, gender roles wise.
Damn.
Oh, fucking hell. Astrid is wondering why we're talking about pumping couches without them.
What do you mean without them?
Without.
Is it like a hobby for you, Asteroid? What?
Apparently. Oh god.
Or what the fuck?
Imagine Papyrus like eavesdropping to see how his challenge is going, and then he just hears us fucking talking about humping couches.
I mean, Mario made. Astrid made this video. Astrid made that video as a stage text with Mario's audio.
I'm gonna play
Bro,
it.
this video won't get demonetized.
I'm gonna play it.
No, don't.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it is.
It's on the recording.
Well, shit.
206. It's at
Suck a
206.
Well, god
206.
fucking damn it.
Just remember 206. That's where it is.
I will remember that for the next therapy session.
Is this ever going to be remembered on the server? My fucking Wario couch jumping voiceover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's keep going.
Frisk looks
You
at
got
the burning.
sidetracked.
Frisk looks at the burning cup. That would be nice. And then gets up and walks to the stove, only to realize something. Wait a second. The pirates. This cooking lesson. He was supposed to have that right now. And if he's not here to have it, she looks at the kids. If you got a cooking lesson, will that stop you from eating inedible stuff like cameras? Penguin glances in Kara's direction. No. And then continues. You'll have to fight for me. You have to have it for him. She takes flight. Oh, I forgot to put these little things here at the end. Man, I have a lot of typos in this chapter. She takes flight, landing on the kitchen counter, runs along it, and knocks down all the drinks. That's right, nothing has brought Papyrus and I closer than cooking, which means that if I give you this lesson, we'll become closer than you can ever imagine. She laughs. Afraid? We're gonna be best friends. She flies back over, grabs Frisk by the head, and pulls them along by jumping back towards the counter. Penguin follows by default dancing over the ground.
What the fuck?
Let's start with the sauce. And then pulls out some tomatoes, carrots, and bananas. Envision these vegetables as your greatest enemy. Now, pound them to dust with your fists. Alright. Frisk punches the tomato at full force. It actually falls over. Yeah, alright, so United gets these health ingredients. Now it's my turn. Gah! With all her power, she takes a swing at the fruit, most of them exploding on impact. The remains fly into their faces. One, however, dodges. You killed my brethren. You shall suffer for this! And then stops dead in her tracks. Wait, what?
Huh?
The tomato grows a massive arm and tries to punch the warrior. That penguin pulls her out of harm's way before impact. Careful! That thing is dangerous! Kara grunts. The fact that you know what this is isn't that surprising anymore. The vegetable says, I will have vengeance. You all shall suffer. Great, how do we take care of this thing? And then asks. Penguin pulls Frisk away from the tomato too. Looks to be an ordinary fruit demon. We gotta make a meal out of it. Everyone, grab a weapon! And then summons a new spear. Frisk takes the one they left on the table, and Penguin gets the massive sword. Fucking hell. They all look towards the counter, only to notice that the tomato vanished. It's jumping all across the room, trying to confuse the others. Penguin isn't tricked, however. There you are! The Chris jumps towards the vegetable hiding on the ceiling and slices it in half with the sword. They fall to the ground, just like the two halves. So, is that it? Frisk asks, and then scoffs. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Penguin rolls the eyes. If we leave it on the floor, it will regenerate. We gotta make a meal out of it. Now! The hero speaks. Alright, let's make the sauce! She turns towards the mess made of the normal vegetables before. We'll just scrape this into a bowl later. She stomps on the ground, summoning a pot and a pack of spaghetti. Let's just throw it in the noodles. That should work. All gather around the stove. Homemade noodles are the best, Annen says. But I just buy store brand, they're the cheapest. Yeah! She looks at Frisk. Just put them on the pot. Penguin says, do it fiercely. Do it fiercely. We still need to fight this thing. Penguin nods and throws everything into the pot as hard as they can, including the box. It clanks against the almost empty bottom, and the fruit demon yells out in pain. It's really still alive. And then flashes a toothy grin at Frisk's vigor. Yeah, I'm into it! Cool. Now it's time to stir the pasta. As a general rule of thumb, the more you stir it, the better it is. Kara's eyes widen. If that's the philosophy you guys go by, you'll burn down this house in no time. Penguin shrugs. Hey, it seems to have worked so far. Why didn't you throw it? I don't know why, but this just made me think of, why don't you just throw a car battery at her head? Car battery! That's
car battery.
Someone would throw a fucking car battery at it.
Undyne seems to be having fun. Ready? Let's do it! Chris grabs the wooden spoon and starts stirring calmly, which Undyne doesn't seem to enjoy. Stir harder! The child speeds up a little. Harder! Better! Faster! Stronger! They go faster. Harder! They go as fast as they can, but Undyne is still not satisfied. Oh, let me do it! Penguin says. Grins, can I help? Sure! Frisk takes a step back while Undyne grabs their spear and Penguin their sword as they start to repeatedly stab into the water, stirring the noodles and making the demon cry out in pain. They accidentally break the pot.
Hold on. Yeah, I have a bit to say this with Pyrus. That's what the pot said, first of all. Second, hey, Undyne, FYI, I don't think you should be yelling that. The neighborhood can hear you.
Harder!
You should not be yelling harder in all caps.
I mean, who is the neighbor? Who is the neighborhood? Fucking Nabstablook.
There's also like other.
That's why he's so into.
That's why he's so miserable. He has to hear her bullshit.
I would want to be a ghost too. That's all I'm gonna say. If I heard that, I would want to be a ghost.
I would rather be dead. Without being a ghost. I'd rather be exorcised.
I can arrange that. Anyway.
Yeah, please.
No.
Anyway, first takes a step back while Undyne grabs her spear and Penguin their sword as they start to repeatedly stab into the water, stirring the noodles and making the demon cry out in pain. They accidentally break the pot. Undyne laughs. Phew, that's the stuff. Penguin snickers. You can say that again. You will suffer. The demon adapts a gaseous form, escaping from the pot. Penguin retaliates by screaming at it in a frequency too high for anyone else to hear, making it explode. Holy shit, I knew those documentaries were accurate, and then has stars in her eyes. The teen's expression is unnaturally serious. Yeah, but now we gotta destroy the body. The heroine grins. Alright, it's time for the final step. Turn up the heat. Let the stovetop symbolize your passion. Let your hopes and dreams turn into a burning fire. You know how I said you'd burn the house down? Kara asks. Yeah, it looks like I'm a prophet. Penguin smirks. Okay, Frisk, this is your call. The child, slightly surprised at them being addressed, steps back towards the stove and smiles. Alright, let's do this. And then Grin's grin gets bigger. Ready? Don't hold anything back. Frisk nods and starts turning the control knob. Eventually, it almost turns a full 360 degrees and the pot starts catching on fire, and then offers motivation. Harder! Frisk keeps turning for another 360
I told you
degrees.
stop yelling that!
The pot is burning. Harder, darn it! Frisk starts turning. The stove is also catching on fire. Harder! After a few more full
Okay, I'm
rotations,
just taking the piss.
the counter is also starting to burn. Undyne realizes what's happening. Wait, that's too... But it's too late. The world goes white.
What the fuck?
As everyone,
Flashbang?
as everyone is able to see again, the entire house is caught on fire, giving it a red tint. Penguin's hoodie and cape are also burning, but they don't seem to mind. Frisk runs around, trying to put out some of the fire. Undyne is completely black from all the ash on her face. Oh, Undyne has blackface. Ah, man, no wonder Papyrus sucks at cooking.
Ah,
Kara makes herself visible. I told you this would happen! Penguin chuckles. That's what you did, Kara. That you did. Wait, Kara? The warrior looks in the direction of the new voice she just heard and sees the spirit. Wait a second. Hey, we're friends now, right? Penguin raps. If you don't keep our secrets, you fail the friend challenge. So keep her existence between us. And then sighs. If you know who she is, then you know that I should tell the king about this. Kara gives her a pleading look. You don't need to worry about that. Reaching the king is our goal. Once we're there, I'll show myself. I just need some time to mentally prepare. Fine, I'll keep the secret. On a condition that none of you tell anyone that this runt here almost beat me. She nods towards Penguin. Deal, the teen smirks. Great, the warrior smiles. But tell me, does anyone else know? Frisk, Sans, Papyrus, the ghost next door, and that little kid you sent home. And then cocks an eyebrow. Really? The only way from outside the underground to Waterfall is either through the barrier or through the ruins. You didn't show yourself to the queen? It's a complicated situation. I see. The heron looks around her house, noticing Frisk frantically running around. Hey kid, don't worry about it. I can handle this later. Once the child calms down, she puts a smile on her smile from before. In the meantime, what'll he do next? Scrapbooking? Friendship bracelets? She pauses and promptly drops the facade. Oh, who am I kidding? I really screwed this up, didn't I? Can't force you to like me, humans. Hey! Penguin interjects. And chuckles. Hey, I'm not human, that's racist. And then chuckles. Sorry, children, I guess. My point is that some people just don't get along with each other. I understand if you guys feel that way about me. If we can't be friends, that's okay. The trio smiles at the maturity the heron shows. First tries to say something, but Undyne continues. Because if we're not friends, she grins again, that means I can destroy you without regret. The world darkens once more, and Undyne's white outline is all that remains visible. Yet another fight with Undyne begins.
What a mercy.
okay, thank God he didn't
Undyne summons a spear and looks down.
down.
I've been defeated. My house is in shambles. I've even failed to befriend you. That's it. She smirks at the children. I don't care if you're my guests anymore. One final rematch. All out on both sides. Penguin chuckles. You sure? We can just say we're friends if you want. The warrior has a glint in her eye. It's the only way I can regain my lost pride. Now come on. Hit me with all you've got. Yeah! Undyne is letting you make the first attack. Undyne grins. Narration! I like it. Frisk trembles a little, but Penguin puts a hand on her shoulder. Come on, don't leave her hanging. She asked you to give her your all. They wink at the child. Frisk catches on. They pretend to swing at Undyne with all their might. But they accidentally hit the heroine. Unlike the tomato before, she doesn't fall over. Right? That's the best you can manage? You're
They
attacking
actually
at full
hit
force.
the heroin.
I do take heroin hits. I know you don't sniff heroin, okay? Before anyone in the comments mentions it. Stellarbone's pattern recognition test? What?
What? The music pauses like, huh?
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 Well,
Did you know that Jesus spent a whole week of his life weaving a whip so that he could beat the shit out of some dudes selling stuff in a sacred temple? I want to be a hater like Jesus was.
Huh?
What is Astra yapping about?
What is he cooking?
Bro ain't cooking shit.
I don't know.
At least he's cooking more than Undyne.
That's the best you can manage. Even attacking at full force. You just can't muster any intent to hurt me, huh? Fist just shakes her head, and then pauses. Hey, you know what? She jumps in spear. I actually want to hurt you either. At first I hated your stupid saccharine shtick, but the way you hear me right now, it reminded me of someone I used to train with. Now I know you aren't just some wimpy losers. The warrior grins widely. You're wimpy losers with a big heart, just like him. One heart for 3 people, because one of you is dead and the other isn't human, you know? So just one heart, right? Like Asgore? Penguin asks. And I looks at the team, but doesn't really respond. Just swallowing, she says, listen, all of you, it seems that you and Asgore are fated to fight. And then Kara shudders at hearing that. But knowing him, he probably doesn't want to. Talk to him. I'm sure you guys can persuade him to let you go home. But what about the monsters? Kara asks. Won't they be stuck down here since the barrier remains up? And then chuckles and grins. Don't worry about it. Eventually some human will fall down here and I'll take their soul instead. That makes sense, right? She pauses. Oh, and if you do hurt Oscar, I'll take the human souls, cross the barrier. Her grin becomes slightly wicked. And beat the hell out of you. That's what friends are for, right? Frisk giggles. I guess so. And then joins in. Now let's get out of this flaming house. Where it lights back up, and the group quickly leaves Undine's home.
Undertale's house.
Undine's home.
Undertale's house.
Undyne gives the group a kind, genuine smile. Well, that was fun, huh? We'll have to hang out again some other time, but somewhere else, I guess. In the meantime, I guess I'll go hang with Papyrus. So if you guys need me, drop by Snowden, okay? Will do, Frisk says. Undyne's eyes light up, indicating she remembers something. Oh, if you ever need help, just give Papyrus a ring, okay? Since we're in the same spot, I'll be able to talk too. Kara smiles. I'll keep that in mind. Undyne nods and makes a move to leave, but stops. Hey, you guys look dead tired. Come with me. Maybe Papyrus will let you rest a little at his place. Penguin's eyes widen. Oh yeah, we've barely gotten any sleep since we left the ruins. That would be nice. Alright then, let's go! And then picks up the kids. And then picks up the kids and runs off to Snowden.
And they use the slingshot.
After sleeping a bit inside, the kids leave Papyrus' home. And then greets them immediately. Papyrus at her side. Hey Bunks, what's up? Before anyone can answer, she violently sneezes. Achoo! Papyrus! Okay, you said this cold. The skeleton responds.
I have no skin!
The heroine gives him a pleading look. So why don't we stand in grill beats instead? Papyrus squints.
That's because I hate grease.
This is like the most autistic.
For me.
This scene is like the most autistic Papyrus acts in Undertale, honestly.
Because I hate Greece is very rich
This
coming from me, but in every context, I would still say that.
Because I hate grease.
Her look goes from pleading to annoyed. But you don't have a stomach!
Oh, right.
No, but I have standards.
Penguin, their hoodie no longer on fire, snickers. Sick burn, Papyrus.
I regret allowing you to stay.
No, you don't.
Penguin
smirks.
This was back then when they still thought he hated puns.
Oh no, like I fully knew that he doesn't fully hate puns. I just made this pun as terrible and pointless as Sans usual ones.
Really shit ones.
Yeah. No, you don't. Penguin smirks. The skeleton gives him a defeated look.
No, I don't.
The children seem to enjoy the back and forth, but they must keep moving. The trio uses the boat to get back to Hotland and walks towards the laboratory from before. Who do you think we'll meet this time? Frisk asks. Well, this lab is run by the royal scientist, Alphys, so my guess is her. Kara answers. Penguin grins. Ooh, science! My favorite thing to break. Alright then, let's see what this Alphys person is like. The epic quest continues. Alright, final notes?
The epic quest for the,
Skeleton Husbando. Well, was this a good emotional roller coaster? I hope so, because I feel like the humor was a bit lacking in this chapter, so the emotions would have to make up for it. I was even pride in the short fight scene. I think I nailed it. Have a great day, everyone!
Oh, thank God.
Damn, not even 2.5 hours. I expected us to be like 3 or 4.
Please don't tell me we're doing the next one. Please don't tell me we're doing the next one.
We're doing chapter 4 now!
I barely could survive. Oh, thank God, no. Oh, my.
Yeah. Hey, let me actually check chapter index. Can I see it here? No, this only tells me the release date. I kind of want to check how many words every chapter has. We're like 2/5 through the word count. We have like we've read 60. We've read like 60 pages of the 150 pages. So like a little over a third.
Hey, we're
2/5.
Oh. Oh God.
So you know, roughly let's say 30,000 words, a little more.
30,000 words.
We've done the ruins, we've done Snowden, we've done Waterfall. Next up is Hotland and the Core, then New Home and the True Lab, and then the end. And the end is good.
And then,
but yeah, that was chapter 3 of Undertale Quest for the Skeleton Husbando, and also Stellar Shenanigans 3. And who knows, maybe that'll be I don't know, maybe that'll be like the return of the streams. Maybe next week I'll continue Serial Eviction and Road to Brothership. Who knows? But yeah, what do you all think about Chapter 3?
It made me realize that I truly do good writing. It made me truly appreciate the little things in life.
I think all I have to say is Wario Couch.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
That exact bit is why I appreciate the small things. Good fucking lord.
And then you can look up Stellar Shenanigans 2 on YouTube, on like the YouTube channel, and then you'll just see chapter 1 and 2. Or you can read them. You're seeing the name right here.
Quest for the quest.
Okay, but if he reads it himself, he'll miss the two racist ruled over Earth joke.
That is true.
Yeah, that is like the peak of nothing, actually.
I feel like we made this a lot more cursed than it needed to be. It was funny though.
Yeah, it was so fucking good. We got to meet fish heroine.
My favorite type of heroin.
Yeah, and eventually we'll get back for chapter 4, 5, and 6. But you know, that'll be an 8-hour stream just so I can get Max Torture out of span.
Max
24-hour stream.
Wait, actually, I have the files. I can check the word counts. What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the. Let me check. I'm checking on my hard drive now. Thank you. Here are the files. Let's see. Chapter 1's word count is
Cat.
6,300 words.
Cat.
10 pages. Actually, no, wait. 11 pages? Yeah, it's 11 pages. 6.3k words. Chapter 2.
Thank you.
Chapter 2 was 21 pages. And 11.8 thousand words. So we're at what? Roughly 18,000. Then chapter 3 is 17.4k words. 31 pages. 30 pages, that's not next to nothing. 17.4k, so yeah, we're like kind of doubled that. Let's go with roughly
Let's go
with roughly 36,000 words, like something like that. So yeah, that's a rough estimate of how many words we've read. Let's check. Chapter 4, how many does it have? It's exactly 30 pages. With 16.9k words. That's a little shorter than this one.
a little.
Chapter 5 is also a little shorter than this one with 16.8k words. So, except for the final chapter, we just read the longest one.
Damn.
And that was two and a half.
So that means we have to knock out the fucking other 2 chapters next time and then do the final one for the final thing.
We don't have to. No one's pointing a gun to your head. Okay, I am, but you know. And the final.
I was about to say no, you are.
The final chapter has 32 pages and 20.2k words. I remember before I uploaded the final chapter, I had like roughly 69,000 words, which was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not exactly. I think I had a little below.
Glad everyone collectively just went with that.
But yeah, so yeah, the next 2 chapters are a little bit shorter than this one, but the last one is a good bit longer. Any remaining thoughts, or are we ready to end this episode?
Let's end this and whatever the Wario couch gag was.
Okay. So, dear viewers, eat shit, asshole! Follow your horse!